Remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000 square foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today.
Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com. Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. This is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like a steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobiggs.com.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Featuring the morning after, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA all day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome, friends, to the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy, Michael McKernan, Douglas Sullivan, Vaughn, Action, Jackson, Burkett. And Doug on my left is the chairman of the Jennings Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship. His name is Chairman Kurt. Please address him as such. He's earned it. And he is filling in for Ken Strode, who is ill today.
I saw him sitting over there. Hello, KG.
It's great to be in this seat. I think the views on YouTube have got to go up today now.
This is your 300 view day. It's at 93. It's at 93.
Really? This is not your first day sitting in here, is it?
No, I've been in here a couple
But you've never been in this chair.
Never been in this chair.
That chair is a different chair.
I left my notebook to scoot loudly across the dais at home.
Yeah? Oh, no.
I could probably scoot something if needed, but yeah, feels good to be in here.
Okay.
Chairman Curtin, as Iggy is ill today, and hopefully he will be back with us on Monday. Doug, we've got breaking news at the PGA Championship.
Yeah.
Very odd story. I went over to the Twitter tweets to see if Ella Reese had posted anything.
No.
And she hasn't. And I saw Michelle Smallman. You know her from 101 ESPN, now doing the morning show at ESPN out of New York City, the Big Apple.
Yeah.
And I saw she retweeted something about Scottie Scheffler being arrested, and I'm like, Scottie Scheffler being arrested? What in the hell? And I'm still in a haze from all the drugs I do to sleep. And I thought, what the hell could possibly be going on? Scottie Scheffler arrested. I mean, he's the straightest of straight arrows. What the hell is he doing in Louisville? Is he at the Stag Bar?
No.
Is he at the Pink Slip?
No. No.
And then it turns out, I gather it's a misunderstanding, but I'm just going to read directly from the report from Mark Schleba of ESPN. World number one golfer Scottie Scheffler was detained by Louisville Metro Police on Friday morning while trying to drive into the entrance of Valhalla Golf Club, the site of this week's PGA Championship. Traffic outside the course had been stopped after a man was struck and killed by a shuttle around 5 a.m. Eastern. According to ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington, who was on the scene, and we have audio from this, what a coincidence. Wait till you hear this audio. Who witnessed the incident, Scheffler was trying to drive around the crash scene on a median. A police officer instructed Scheffler to stop, but Scheffler continued to drive around about 10 to 20 yards toward the entrance. At one point, an officer attached himself to the side of Scheffler's car. What does that mean? I keep hearing that term as I listen to the coverage driving in here this morning. Attached. What is that mean?
Some sort of Velcro operation?
No, it is
I feel like jumping on the car.
Is that what attached is?
I mean, I don't know.
Jumping on the hood of the car?
Like Doug said, unless he attached himself with Velcro. I don't know what else.
I think it was Velcro?
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, you're a chairman of a tournament. Has this ever happened at the Fan Page Club Championship?
No, this kind of shenanigans don't go on at Gateway.
Like that, and then you use the proper verb there of don't.
Right, the players would know better there.
Right.
They're much better behaved.
Scheffler stopped his car as he turned into the entrance of Valhalla Golf Club. After about 20 to 30 seconds, Scheffler rolled down his window to talk to the officer. The officer grabbed Scheffler's arm to pull him out of the vehicle, according to Darlington. The officer reached inside the vehicle to open the door, and once Scheffler was pulled out, he was pushed against the car and placed in handcuffs. Darlington, the ESPN reporter, was standing at the entrance when Scheffler was detained. Darlington said Scheffler turned to him and asked, "Can you help?" According to Darlington, an officer instructed him to back away, and that is where the audio picks up. This is Jeff Darlington of ESPN, who's been on the coverage with Scott Van Pelt and the ESPN crew. I was watching him yesterday as I was watching the PGA Championship, and here is the audio of Jeff Darlington of ESPN about 2 hours ago in Louisville with the Louisville Police Department.
Guys. Dude, step back. Back up, or I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
You're game one, right?
Guys,
What do we
dude,
tell you?
I'm staying back.
Here's the thing. Right now, he's going to jail.
Okay.
He's going to jail, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Period. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have
First,
a question?
I'm media. I'm a reporter. Okay. So that's all.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure that's
okay.
known.
But you need to step back over here now.
No problem. You got it.
Okay.
Okay.
There it is. Now, I have seen conflicting reports that he was released, but no laying up. Doug, and you know I talked to Tron Carter 2 weeks ago, highlight of my career.
Did you really?
Yeah, private conversation with Tron.
Oh.
Jennings, for the record, called him a scrub. He didn't like Bell Reeve. There is a mugshot now of Scottie Scheffler, and you've always said he's a scofflaw. Is that the term you use?
Scofflaw, yeah.
Scottie Scheffler has been booked. Chairman, there it is. No laying up, tweeting out the
Lord.
Scott Alexander Scheffler.
They have him in a jumpsuit?
He is scheduled to be on the number 1 tee in less than 2 hours.
He should play in that prison outfit they have him in.
They put him in a jumpsuit?
It looks like it.
What law did he break?
There is no visitation in case you wanted to go in there and do a podcast.
I was going to try to get him a file and a cake.
There is no visitation until the inmate has been classified and moved to a housing unit.
Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus, he just tried going to the golf course.
Feels like we're overreacting a little bit at this point.
He's in a jumpsuit. I've seen mugshots of people where they get arrested and things like this, and they're wearing their clothes, the clothes that they wore when they got arrested. They immediately threw him in a jumpsuit. They hose him down.
Was it possible he did a little bit more than what's being reported? That maybe he was a little bit more aggressive than what's been initially reported?
This goes to prove you've always been right, that this guy's a scofflaw?
Scofflaw?
Listen here, jailbird.
Well,
I don't get this.
Well, it's not the look that the PGA was hoping for the world number 1 ranked player, or that the tournament was necessarily.
Yeah. I'm sure Louisville's enjoying it.
Yeah, jeez. I'm sure they are thrilled.
Well, I'm sure there's 2 sides to it. There's his side where I just had to get to the golf tournament, and I didn't think I would be bothering anybody if I drove around right over here and entered. And then there's the police side where we have a person dead right here, and we have to take care of this scene, and we got a guy endangering all of our lives trying to drive around traffic, unlike everyone else who's here in traffic.
Scheffler was officially booked at 7:28 this morning. This is Eastern time. Here is the headshot included with it. No other information provided yet. That is from Sean Zach, who is a writer for Golf Magazine. Again, the PGA Championship was delayed anyway because of the accident in which a pedestrian was killed by a bus that was heading to this morning's second round. So that was already the case. But now we have a totally different set of circumstances here with the number 1 player in the world who has won 4 of the last 5 tournaments currently sitting in the Poke in Louisville.
And doesn't look like he's going to get out anytime soon.
Moving to housing units.
Oh, gosh.
Can you imagine going to try to capture your second major this year, and then an hour later you're sitting next to some guy who's serving 10 years?
Don't you think there'd be a bail for somebody like that?
Well, there's no visitation, so best of luck trying to get to him.
I'm sure he's got a lawyer.
This is crazy. I was in the bathroom, Doug, down the hall.
Oh, recrecretional? Jacksonville recreational.
You didn't.
I call it
Get yourself regular.
I call it the constitutional, but it was down.
What's a constitutional? What does that mean?
It means by the law of the land, I'm allowed to take a crap when I want to.
Oh, how about at home?
Listen, brother, I just sometimes...
Listen, brother. Sound like Hulk Hogan talking to Mean Gene.
First thing in the morning here? Do that. Take care of that at home.
Sometimes the coffee hits a little harder than you anticipated, and it's, 5:55 a.m.
God.
And so, I'm just, hanging out, and I hear they have Michelle Smallman's show on Sportsmanlike on ESPN in the bathroom, and I hear breaking news out of the PGA Championship. I was like, what, did Xander hurt his ankle walking into the course? And I hear Scottie Scheffler detained. I was like, detained?
Detained.
And so I stood in the bathroom for about 5 minutes listening to their breakdown.
With your pants at your ankle.
Yeah, what about that?
No, this was me washing my hands. I had finished up my constitutional.
Oh.
Constitutional.
Stop saying that.
Chris Raby has sent me a tweet from... Doug, do you follow... You call it nuclear golf?
No.
Will Zalatoris and Cam Young have just chosen to walk to the golf course, and so there's video of them
Good idea.
walking
Yeah.
to Valhalla on foot, and they're now a half mile away from the course since the driving situation.
Walking with their hands straight up in the air.
Seems to.
Well, you're going to walk about 5-6 miles anyway on the course. May as well add another mile or two.
PGA Tour golfer Michael Kim, who's I think second best Twitter tweet follow on the PGA Tour next to Max Homa, says, "I will never drive around other cars in traffic driving into a golf tournament ever again. Something I've done countless numbers of times." That's from Michael Kim. So the world number one is in the poke in Louisville. That immediately means now there are takes on the issue.
Yeah. Because everyone knows, everyone was there. Everyone has a strong opinion about it.
And we have all the details about what happened.
So those are coming in both into the text inbox and, of course, on the Twitter tweets. Now, Shrimply Pibbles, Doug, as you know, he's an acknowledged screenshot bandit and also sends in screenshots of his wife. So he kind of does both for us. He says, "Wow, deja vu here. Sounds exactly like the hurricane of thick Arnoldians bombarding the hot dog stand at the Dotem. I believe 3 chunks got arrested, but they couldn't get their hands behind their back, so they just hog-tied them."
Oh,
yeah, that did happen
at the Dotem?
2019 Dotem.
We had some pizza thieves that never did get caught.
That's right. 2022?
Yeah.
Pizza, I remember that.
Yeah, they got away with that.
We've always known Scheffler is a bad guy. He takes scummy drops on the reg. That's from Tervis Parrish.
Oh, gosh.
If I was the chairman of the PGA Championship, he's out.
You would remove him
right away.
He's gone.
Really?
Just like that.
Well, I think
Little Xander can sleep
I
easier.
think he probably is gone.
What the live odds on this thing are now? I guess I got to check this. In one of my group texts, we were the odds yesterday after Xander had posted the course record 62 to go 9 under, and then Scheffler was out there. The odds to win are removed currently from my high school bookie site. That Scheffler, who was 6 back, was still he was minus 240. Xander was minus 250. Scheffler was still favored over Xander Schauffele. And I said to the boys in the group chat, I said, "Who you want?" And a lot of people would short Schauffele. Maybe this is his time. Maybe he'll get over it. You know, Phil Mickelson was kind of known as a guy who would have problems on Sundays with a lead.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Doug Xander will finally be able to sleep on that lead, especially knowing that Scottie Scheffler is in the pen.
He appears to be out of the tournament at the moment. Yeah. If you show up late for your tee time, you're done, right?
That's correct.
You're disqualified.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even if you're behind bars.
Right.
Mr. Lick says, "I am walking to Gateway on Sunday." Yeah, I guess you want to be careful. You got the match with the chairman here.
Well, I can't imagine, even if his lawyer is on the job right now and getting him out of there, that he would show up to golf. I'm sure he's out.
Yeah, I don't think that the red tape around this is going to be over in just like an hour.
No.
He'll be ready to go.
You think my high school bookie will refund the cash that I put on Scheffler to win this thing?
Probably not.
Okay, that's a problem.
Probably
in
not.
the air, left field, and gone.
Probably
okay,
so.
A little more enthusiasm.
Probably so. Hey, Tim, can you imagine being in the Louisville Slammer on a drunk and disorderly and in walks Scottie Scheffler?
Yeah, man.
I'd bottom for him. Doug, that's from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville and Oyster Groves. Would you bottom for him?
No.
He's probably not going to be in there.
Based on his jumpsuit, he's not in there with the drunken disorderlies. He's in there with the real jailbirds. They're moving to a housing unit.
Unless there's something missing from the story, I can understand how the police would be very upset by someone doing this and give him a ticket for $500. I can't understand taking him immediately to jail, putting him in a jumpsuit, and getting a mugshot. Unless there's something to the story that we don't know yet.
Well, it seems evident based on Jeff Darlington's reporting is they did not know who he was when they were.
That's correct. Jeff Darlington of ESPN has reported that they came over to him and said, "Who is this guy?"
Well, regardless of who it is, do you do immediate jail time if you drive around a police barricade?
Especially
maybe you do.
But he's supposed to be there. I believe the PGA Championship sent out a memo saying players are still allowed to go into the golf course.
Yeah, but not drive through a police barricade.
Right. But what is he supposed to know? Like, how is he supposed to know what to do? They don't know who he is. How's he supposed to get in there?
I don't know if they told him to use a different exit or park somewhere else. I don't know. Those are some of the details we don't know.
Right.
Doug, what's the greater offensive, Scottie Scheffler driving or Jackson firing up the chocolate sausage factory at Hubbard? That's from the cousin of Moo Man. That's a constitutional?
Well, for me personally, Jackson's discretion strikes closer to home.
Because I had to use the bathroom?
Yes.
What do you want me to do?
So close to when you left home?
I mean,
If it
not
happens
really.
in the middle of the day, there's not much you can do. But first thing in the morning, get yourself regular.
I live like 20, 22 minutes from here, and I don't have my first cup of coffee until I arrive, and we all know what happens with a little bit of coffee and some 1-2.
Oh.
Some 1-2.
So this is kind of what happens.
Well, I don't drink coffee, and
Yeah, clearly.
saves me from having
Clearly,
to
'cause you
go
don't-
right
you-
on the spot.
You can't sympathize.
Cletus has texted my phone with a theory. I don't know if this adds up to you or not, Doug. Any chance he was also filling his Gatorade bottle with wine on the way to the tournament, but unlike me, he wasn't able to hide the wine bottle? You got to think about that. That's from Cletus.
I don't think that's the case either.
But you have to acknowledge it's a possibility just because the reporting's incomplete at the moment.
It is. Anything's on the table.
Thank you.
I'm sure the police get on a scene like that, and they're scrambling. They have a fatality right there they're dealing with. They got some people who say, I don't care what's happened on the road. I've got to get into that golf tournament. And they've had enough. And now here comes a guy driving through the median, and there's a policeman attached to the car, and he's still driving, that they don't have a whole lot of patience for that.
And the takes are coming in, as I said, in the text inbox. Jackson, you sound like a moron defending him. The police have been active. This is a little peek behind the curtains of Balloon Party.
Yeah.
The police have an active scene going, and you've got some random car bypassing the activity like he's far more important than what is taking place currently. That's from the 636.
You can have...
Jackson, get into your 10 o'clock mode.
Yeah, all right. First of all, super cool when you start a conversation by "you sound like a moron."
Oh,
but
that's worse than
Yeah, right.
Is it?
Yeah, that's right up there. You sound
I think
like
it's more direct as opposed to the passive aggressive of I like this.
both are just absolute rat poison. But I will say,
Rat poison.
what I'll say on that is like you can have a crazy scene where they don't know what's going on, and obviously it's tragic. Someone has died, and also not like. The reporting is that as soon as Scheffler got out of the car, he was shoved up against his car and arrested. Like, there is a level of escalating a scene, which is probably just a miscommunication. Scottie probably would want to say, hey, I'm a golfer here. I'm trying to play my round. I know this is crazy. Let's talk this out. And instead, there was just as hectic. So I think that could have been handled better. But I don't have all the information, so I can't give a definitive take on it.
I don't imagine it mattered if he was a golfer or the mayor of Louisville. If he's driving with a policeman attached to the car and he's not stopping, they're not going to have any patience for that.
He did stop, though. That's what
they said. Like 20 yards down the road.
What are you hitting 20 yards? 58, 60?
Probably choke up on a 7-iron, just run it up there.
Let it trundle?
Yeah, but if a policeman attaches himself to your car and you keep driving, I think all bets are off at that point.
Meredith's got to be thrilled right now.
Meredith?
Isn't that his wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
At home with new baby, dad's in the poke.
Yeah, no, this will not be the storyline anymore. We talked that the storyline would certainly be the father.
Doug, what about Rory despite his divorce?
Despite his divorce, he still played pretty well. I don't know
What about Xander despite blowing his lead?
Right, he doesn't sleep on leads.
Let's see. Scottie Scheffler's new, this is from Jason. Do you pronounce it Sobel?
I do, yeah.
Okay. He's a golf reporter with Sirius XM. He has written, Scottie Scheffler's new tee time is 10:08 a.m. These are all Eastern times. Worth noting, Rule 5.3a in the Rules of Golf under When to Start Round list Exception 3. Committee decides that exceptional circumstances prevented you from starting on time. Under this provision, there is no breach of rule and no penalty. Oh, my goodness. I haven't just given up money to my high school bookie.
Right. So if he can get sprung before the day is over, he could possibly tee off at the end, after the last golfer, and still be okay.
According to the rules of golf, which, of course, since we have the chairman of the Fan Page Club Championship in here, I know you know 5.3a.
Yeah, I was very familiar with that rule.
5.3a, Doug.
Or tournament officials could say, wait a minute, you drove a car with a policeman attached to it and you didn't stop, you're out.
Was there video with that audio that was played?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
It's so dark that you can't really see what's going on. It's just cop lights and them escorting Scheffler to.
Yeah. You can't see him in handcuffs.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
177 people are in the YouTube chat, Chairman.
Okay.
So I don't know if you'll get. I don't know if your presence will lead to 300. What a win that would be for you, though.
It would feel really good going into the weekend.
That'd be huge, especially with that match with Licks. And Jackson, you're gonna attend that?
What time is balls in the air?
1:45.
Yeah, I think I can make that work.
Are you going to watch the PGA Championship? Or are you gonna
no,
go watch?
I was going to play.
My confidence just immediately skyrockets with you there. So.
All right, well, I want to be there. Just to play, Doug. I'm not going to go there.
Just go to watch. What time are you getting there?
I won't be there.
It's a miss.
Yeah, that's a bad miss. It's the Munganast St. Louis Acura, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. Munganast. Did either player in the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown have Scottie Scheffler?
No.
Neither?
Nope.
Yeah, the whole thing could be hinging on Scheffler getting out of the poke today. Online at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. And then there's a secret number, 314-252-0029, and they have a special for TMA listeners, and that number is 314-252-0029, and that number you call and then you say, hey, I understand there's a special. What's the special? Here's what the special is. You get yourself a 2024 Acura MDX Premium, no money down. $589 a month, 48 monthlies. That's right. Jamie Burkhardt will set you up. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura. Munganast, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. Just go shopping right now at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. Doug, tell the people about our title sponsor. They're called Brown & Crouppen.
Well, let's say you have a potential personal injury case and you don't know who to go to, but you're thinking, I ought to go to some local people. Who's the best local attorney in town? Well, that's easy. That's Brown & Crouppen. They've been around town since 1979. They built a law firm with more than 250 legal professionals now. They'll have an expert just for you. They've grown to become one of the largest personal injury firms in the entire Midwest. Brown & Crouppen can get it done for you. You give them a call. They'll give you a free evaluation over the phone. They work on a contingency basis, no upfront cost at all to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. Anything that happens to you, not your fault, you got hurt, give Brown & Crouppen a call. You may have damages coming to you. If you think you may need Brown & Crouppen services, I'm going to give you the phone number right now. 314-ALL-DEUCES, 222-2222. 314-ALL-DEUCES, 222-2222. Or you go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
You're exactly right. James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency is my insurance agent. I'd like him to become yours as well. Once you make the switch, you're never going to go back. You're going to be thrilled with the customer service you get. Don't believe me? That's fine. Check out the 367 five-star reviews that James Carlton and his staff get on Google when you type in James Carlton State Farm. People raving about the customer service. I personally switched and cannot believe how good the customer service is, how proactive they are in saving you money. It's James Carlton, carltoninsurance.net, and 314-961-4800 if you would like to call and talk it over with one of the fine people in Webster Groves at James Carlton's agency. Great customer service, and if your insurance has gone up in the last year, and a lot of people would answer affirmatively on that, give James a chance to save you money. And if you have kids under 25 on your insurance policy, this is where James saves people the most money. It's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, carltoninsurance.net. Doug, we have the charges now. This is an organic, ever-breaking, ever-changing story. It's kind of amazing is that you see the charges. Wave, which is a television station in Louisville, reports the world #1 golfer is facing the following charges following his arrest: second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic. So those are the charges that Scottie Scheffler is facing this morning as he has been arrested in Louisville. Pat Forty, who you may be familiar with, is reporting that he has been released on his own recognizance.
Yeah. Well, I don't know for sure, not being a lawyer myself. I could easily have gotten through law school, of course.
Absolutely.
But second-degree assault of a police officer sounds like a felony to me.
Counselors, call in 636-900-4TMA. It's the Collier and Thompson phone lines. This has always kind of been more of a stock tip / swinger bulletin board show, but we've also dabbled with the law.
We have, and medicine also.
Correct.
Fusion.
So this is an opportunity to let us know if what we're talking about is accurate, and usually it's not.
No, I don't
Candidly.
know. It sounds like a serious charge.
Looks like it is a felony.
No, there it is. Well, the
It
chairman.
seems like it would be. Yeah.
Pat Forty, once again, second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic. He has been released on his own reconnaissance. That's Pat Forty. So, there you go.
Yeah, they are not going to goof around if they think that you've done something that's going to endanger the life of an officer. And if a police officer was attached to your car trying desperately to get you to stop, and you keep driving even for a short distance, you got some problems.
Buzz. Who would have thought? You ever think a guy getting fisted would be...
I did not.
But he is our source. I went to law school for 3 months. Yeah, it is.
Okay, well, there it is. That's the final word on that.
KG immediately doing research on the fly to help the show, just like Iggy. That's from a nude poll eligible.
Something about this chair.
Today is a huge loss. Iggy's legal takes would have been amazing. That's from Hunchback of Von Castle. I don't even know if we could take calls because there's nobody in the Horton Watkins Foxy 6-segment studios.
Take them live. We'll do it live.
You'll have to catch me.
Clear the lines, clear them, and we will do it live.
Iggy's nemesis, Mike Frisella, says, I am not licensed to practice in Kentucky, so I don't know. So,
okay.
So we have that perspective also. Ben the Butcher, though, says it's definitely a felony.
I would think
we got
would
that.
Be. It sounds like it would be to me.
I think we got that.
But if he is released, does that mean he could still play? He might still make his tee time.
I might put a little money on him.
Hopefully they took the handcuffs off.
See, Jackson, I don't know if you have a Circa read, but can give me time to try to look up some live odds.
Yeah.
You do have a Circa read.
I do.
Hit it.
I do.
Hit it hard. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you're looking to wager today, and I'm sure plenty of people are with all the sports going on, and maybe
you like Xander's chances more now.
Yeah, maybe the best player in all of world golf might have taken himself right out of contention today. So you can bet on that. Of course, you can bet on Cardinal game tonight.
He is plus 600 to win.
Yeah, so you could bet on Scottie there.
Rory is plus 400. Xander is plus 200.
I would say bet with
Koepka
caution.
plus 800.
Bet with caution on someone like Scottie right now. But always bet responsibly, and you can bet on the Cardinal game tonight, taking on the Red Sox. We got Knicks-Pacers, Game 6. Could the Knicks take it, end the series right here, right now? Maybe you want to bet on a little playoff hockey. All of these plays and more are available on the Circa Sports app. You can make long-term future bets. Maybe you want to start betting on NFL futures when those come out. You can bet that with Circa. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
There it is. A lot of texts coming in. We don't know if phone calls. We know attorneys are calling in.
Went live.
We do know it, but again, with Iggy out ill today, Chairman Kurt is in here, and Jackson can't just be staring at the phone bank. You like that phone bank?
It's not a bank.
I need to.
It's just a phone.
I'm going to put it on my dossier. There
Not
is
a dossier either.
on 101 when the phone rings. There's like looks like a little cop light.
It's usually Drinkwitz too. Isn't
It's
it?
a drink or
Drink,
Cardinal starter.
Drink calls in there.
We're the
Or
only
Kyle
ones that call?
Gibson.
It was Kyle Gibson once. I was like, "Hello, Mr. Gibson."
If you met Kyle Gibson, would you call him Mr. Gibson?
Probably not, because he's 40 years younger than me.
Hello, Mr. Drinkwitz. But there's a little light. It looks like a little cop light that I could put right here, and when the phone would ring, it would light up red. That would be nice.
Oh,
then I could see.
Oh, yeah, get that on the dossier.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on the dossier right now.
Because it is a major hassle to glance over to the phone every now and then.
You want to do it, Vaughn?
Sure, I'll do it. Angle it my way, and if I see the light blinking, I'll raise a hand.
You're gonna answer it. Hello, this is Doug.
Yes.
How would you answer? What would be your? Well, how would you answer the?
Vaughn here.
Yellow, Doug here.
I like that a lot. It's so folksy.
Yeah.
We would get a lot of people to call in if that's what they're promised on the other end.
Just hear that. 636-9004-TMA. Caller Owen says, I'm law adjacent. Do you like that?
She's close. She a paralegal or something? Is that what that means?
I'm law adjacent, and I think Tim is right as usual. I agree with whatever she just said,
About
just
what?
because of the way it finished. I don't know. I'm law adjacent, and I think Tim is right as usual.
Well, that was a lemming play, because you didn't even say what you think he's right about, so we can't fact check it.
Arbor Day won the Milagro Tequila Texter of the Year in 2023 and says, this thing where Tim and Doug get to start a sentence without looking over their shoulder is kind of nice. That's from Arbor Day. Well, that's it for the PGA at Valhalla for any future events. That's from Harrison's brother, Master. And I've been banging the stepdaughter of a lawyer for 24 years. Those are some rough charges. That's from former fan page moderator Neil Allen Craig Paquette. Sounds like he's law adjacent as well.
They sound like rough charges.
Local broadcast hero Tim McKernan.
Okay. If I'm Scottie Scheffler's agent or marketing team, I believe I'm already writing a very sizable check to the family of the fan that was killed and another one to the city of Louisville, along with a heartfelt letter of apology and my deepest sorrow and regrets of the situation. And then go from there.
From the Vaughn School of PR, I like it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's Fleischman right there, Season.
That's what he will have to do or should do.
Scotty's just like Iggy. He ignores the carts on path rule. That's from the 618. Yeah, boy, there are takes on this story. I just don't know how you can have a real take on a story where
We don't know all the information.
Right. But isn't that essentially any time we're talking about something?
Right. Yeah. That's when takes are at their best, when they're hottest. I'm going to go ahead and put on the mittens right now.
Why not?
Because I think some of the takes coming in could get hot.
Based on what we have right now, it just seems like a miscommunication. But if more information comes out, then obviously takes are going to change.
Paralegals are paper pushers. Thanks. That's Mr. Licks, dog. And then just like that, Mr. Licks got sideways.
A little bit more than that.
Nonsense.
Oh, man.
Hating on people's hustle. Yeah, it's a bad.
Well, that's an important job.
Yeah,
it's a hard job.
nonsense. Don't hate on people's hustle.
Yeah. Get involved on the program. Lawyers are going to the front of the line. I know we have a lot of ladies on hold, but lawyers are going to the front of the line, 636-900. For TMA. And, of course, email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air, sponsor of the email of the day. And I think kind of a glorious forecast. Today was supposed to be rough, but, Doug, I don't know about you, but I am seeing wonderful conditions as we came into Hubbard Radio St. Louis today. And now I don't see a lick of precipitation. Is it ball striking season?
Well, for another day or two, it's supposed to get warm, is it?
Yeah. But, upper 80s. I don't see a 90 out there yet, but looks like we might be past all this precipitation in the air. I don't know how it's going to affect Louisville. They were expecting today to possibly be a washout, which also could affect the Scheffler
Might still be.
situation. Yeah, just more of an analogy. But Design Air Heating and Cooling is online at designairservice.com. That's Seth Goldcamp. Doug's a client. I'm a client. Iggy's a client. Why don't you become a client as well? It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show. And we did a QFTA yesterday, Jackson. And what was the title of the episode?
Cute Boys Gift Depot.
That's right. Cute Boys Gift Depot, Doug.
No, what does that mean?
Jackson said my Twitter account is now basically a gift depot. And so anytime we do a QFTA, Jackson tweets it out from the TMA account. And then I type in cute boys in the gift search. And I post those, and I think it confuses Balloon Party listeners who started following me on Twitter because usually it's a couple guys topless rubbing each other.
Oh,
Cute
I'm television's own Doug Chandler Hill.
Right, you covered it.
And so the listeners don't know what to make of all this.
And that's why it's a Cute Boys Gift Depot.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and you should type in "cute boys" into the gift section
I don't
on Twitter.
want
Yeah,
it's a very rewarding search.
That is. You got to do that.
I don't want to.
Cute Boys Gift
15
Depot.
boys waiting for me.
Yeah, there's Weezer. He knows about it. I have a counselor right here. I don't know if he wants me to use his name or not, but he texted me and he said, it sounds like he was released pending application of warrant. Those charges are what the police department is requesting from the district attorney. The DA ultimately decides what the charges will be, if any. That is indeed a felony assault warrant application, however. So there you go. That is from a...
Yeah. That's serious stuff when you start assaulting police officers, even if you didn't physically assault them yourself, but if they attach themselves to your car and you're driving, because they're armed and they have to think that if someone's coming after them, it's a life and death situation for them.
I'm sorry, I'm texting.
No,
I just counselor on a follow-up question. I apologize.
No, it's all good.
That's why if you strike or push a police officer or not, to them this is a life and death situation. Because for all they know, you're going to take their gun and start shooting them.
Caller Ellen has responded to Mr. Licks. I'm not a paralegal, bitch.
Oh,
how about Caller Ellen?
Get him, LZ.
I'm glad I had the mitten on. I'm glad.
Yeah, you would have been singed.
Yeah.
I'm not a paralegal, bitch, Mr. Licks.
Most of us could say that, I guess. All of us who aren't paralegals could say that.
And wouldn't you think he would have had some sort of placard in his car identifying even if the officer didn't know who he was, I'm not saying that it's okay if you drive away with an officer attached to your car, but I feel like the misunderstanding could have been cleared up a little bit if he had a placard hanging that shows he
probably did. He probably had one of those cards that hang from your rearview mirror that said, I'm allowed to park in this VIP spot. But things happen so fast in situations like that. You probably got a policeman directing traffic, telling, don't go here, you got to come over here. No, you can't go, stop for a moment. And then you got a guy driving through the median trying to get through it all. And so you go, stop, 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 and he's not stopping. And then you attach yourself to the car, and he keeps driving. And next thing you know, in a matter of a few seconds, you got this.
I asked the counselor who is texting me, said, what constitutes assault in that situation where obviously there's nothing physical outside of the vehicle? And he said, being involved in a scenario of intentionally creating a situation that could have caused serious physical injury to an officer. That's what he says constitutes it. So there you go. And that is from somebody I know. Who is texting in with some answers on these charges that have been filed against Scottie Scheffler. If you're just waking up this morning, you probably feel like you're in some kind of parallel universe where a guy who up until about 4 hours ago was known for being both the #1 golfer in the world and also perhaps one of the more boring people to be one of the most prominent athletes in the world over the last few years. But now Dougie's in the poke. He's changing up his image.
And the last golfer that was this dominant also had some problems with the car.
He also had a mugshot right off a military trail in Juketown.
Tough.
Yeah.
That's a bad mugshot.
Yeah.
Scotty's mugshot's
it's a little bit better.
I don't think police will rest until all the golfers have been incarcerated.
I would be shocked if there isn't video. That's from Sticky Ricky. There isn't video necessarily of Scheffler that has been released as far as him driving, but there is of him being arrested. Jeff Darlington of ESPN, you can go to his Twitter feed, although I feel like that's being retweeted by a billion different people at this moment.
Well, if he's driving his car, even if, I believe they said 10 to 20 yards, I mean, that happens in a matter of a couple seconds. It all happens real fast.
Yep.
And then you deal with this for a lifetime.
Tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If this was Patrick Reed, Jackson would want to give him the electric chair. That's in the Hunchback of
It's
Castle.
not the case. It's not. I don't know. It seems like if you can attach yourself to a car, the car's not going all that fast.
237 people, by the way.
Oof.
This might. You're now 63. You're now at 63 away from your goal. That's huge. YouTube.com/TMISTL. This is what the chairman wants going into his weekend matchup against Mr. Licks. This could be your chance.
A berth in the Sweet 16. Your opponent was decided yesterday.
Doug, you went out there and watched the...
I didn't watch any of it, no, nor will I. Who was it? Who's your opponent?
Bruce Valanche.
Bruce Valanche. You know him from
Valanche.
Hollywood Squares, also writes jokes on award shows. I will be going up against him.
No
and
fool.
Chairman, what is his index? Or Doug, you have it in front
I
of you.
don't have any of it. He's going to look it up.
I'm on it. He's a +3, I think. So he'll be giving me about 8 or 9 shots.
And there's only 4 more spots left in that coveted Sweet 16.
How many so far in your office pool do you had?
I don't have an office pool. This is Shishawali.
I heard there was one perfect bracket out there still.
Still one perfect bracket?
Yeah. 14.1 for Bruce.
So I'll be giving him some seeds. What was Flip Wilson when I played?
I don't know.
I mean, you were there. You went out to watch it.
He was a good player.
Are you Phil
Hit the
Elfrink?
ball a long way. I'm not. He was.
Oh.
I would guess by looking at him, he looked like maybe a 7 or so. 7 or 8?
I don't recall.
Was he that good?
I think I gave him 6 shots.
10-2?
I think I gave him 4 or 6 shots. Hell, I don't know.
You look pretty good to be a 10.
All right. Well, Bruce Valanche stands between me and Cletus or Guy. Would that be a feature matchup? Would they bring out like Dottie Pepper and...
Dot Pepper's probably busy.
Why couldn't this have been Ali Marmol? That's from the 314.
Gosh.
She get arrested for that beard.
Jackson's down on that beard.
I'm not down on beard. I'm just right. You have to wake up pretty early to get one past me. Is all I'm saying. It's fine. Plenty of people do it. It's kind of the point of facial hair in a way, but you're not going to fool me.
No.
244 now in the YouTube chat, Chairman Kurt. I mean, you're 56 away now. I think you can start to smell it. Ben the Butcher wants to know if he informed police that he just had a baby. Doug, yeah.
A lot of people just had a baby. That doesn't give you immunity from the law.
What about Rory and the divorce?
Yeah. Or
What about Xander
Scheffler,
sleeping on a
yes.
lead?
Can't sleep on the lead.
Right.
Narrative season.
Narrative season.
But of all players for it to be, it had to be the number one player.
Yeah,
in the world.
exactly.
Right. Like what?
Why couldn't this have been Si Woo shaking that ass?
It is weird now.
Did you listen to the No Laying Up post-round show already, Tim? from
I did
yesterday?
not, actually.
They brought up the question, how many strokes ahead would Xander have to be going into Sunday for you to be confident that he'd hold on?
Oh, that's a good question. It's amazing how, people think of him that way. But, I mean, you do have to... I saw the discussion on Live from the PGA Championship because they're talking about the same thing, that he has this attached to him, as Ricky Fowler does, but Ricky Fowler doesn't put himself in these spots like this, like Schauffele has more recently, although Fowler did last year at the U.S. Open at LACC, and I'm like, man, I'd love to see Ricky win, but he's leading, and that isn't a good thing. It's a weird deal how that works psychologically for some guys. Some guys thrive on it, some guys have problems with it. I guess in a way I'd add an addendum, if that's all right. You're the chairman, so you can tell me if I'm out of line. But it depends on who the players are that are, the ones that are 5 strokes back. I feel like if you got a Rory or a Scheffler back there, that's a different situation. Or Koepka, that's a hell of a lot different than, a couple randoms who are probably going to be a little, pissing down their legs just to be in the final pairing. So, I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, as they were saying on Live from the PGA Championship, Mickelson had that reputation, and then he finally broke through. I think with the putt where he got all that air at Augusta, I think that was his first major win, right? Was that 2004 Masters?
Where he jumped 2 or 3 inches off the ground?
That's right. Yeah. Hey, you anti-cop woke bitch.
Oh!
We get it. You already assume Scottie was wronged. You're a horse's ass for doing that, Jackson. That's from Beer Cats.
Gosh.
What in the...
That's enough text inbox for me today.
You're
done.
crestfallen.
You're withdrawing.
You are crestfallen.
Jackson is just WD'd.
Hit the whistle, please.
I can't do this. You're crazy.
Don't let him get you. Don't let him do this
My God,
to you.
you've had 30 months of balloon party and you smile at them as they insult you, but Beer Cats
because
landed
I know Beer Cats, and it's just such nonsense.
Wasn't there a chance he's being facetious? Little pixie haircut and skated around.
Art Fleming?
Was that Dorothy Hamill?
Dorothy Hamill it became the Hamill haircut, right? The Dorothy Hamill?
That's Jennifer Aniston, the Rachel.
No, but Dorothy Dot Hamill had her own haircut.
Dot Light?
Dot Light. ESPN's Dave Fleming, who witnessed the incident with Scheffler, says, quote, it was clear when we were watching that they had no idea who this was in the car. ESPN's Jeff Darlington, also on the scene, said the police officer was, quote, pretty heated, said Scheffler acknowledged he had kept trying to drive through slowly, but Darlington says players had been told they could enter the course, and Scheffler was in a marked PGA vehicle. That is from Eric Crawford, who is a sports journalist for WDRB. WDRB.
Okay.
But you could definitely see a scenario where the officer it doesn't matter who it is.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if he sees his life being in jeopardy.
How far away was this from the course?
It was at the entrance, right?
He was right in front of it.
Right there.
Yeah, because Scheffler was arrested at the actual entrance of Valhalla, per Darlington's reporting. Will Jackson be wearing a Golf Lives Matter T-shirt on Balloon Party? That's from Hunchback.
No,
They've gotten to him.
Wow.
They've gotten to
I thought
him.
he was invincible.
They chopped him at the knees.
I'm not like it's just annoying. Like that, like all the information. I'm just saying. I'm asking the questions. Like, does this really need to be this big of a deal? And was possibly a situation escalated that didn't need to be escalated that could have been talked through? That's what I feel like. I feel like slapping the cuffs on him real quick is probably a snap decision.
Yeah.
When in reality, that probably could have been talked through. But I don't have all the information yet, so my opinion can change on it.
Tim, unlike Scheffler's management crew, I will send Mr. Licks over in a limo driver costume and his 2012 Dodge Caravan to drive you each day to member guest. That's from the Warson Woods Wacko, Doug. And as you know, because I know you're covering it, I am the Warson Woods Wacko's partner and his member guest here. And I guess balls are in the air 2 weeks from today.
Is that correct?
So I will miss Friday's show 2 weeks from today. And I guess, Jackson, you'll be in this chair. Chairman Kurt, you could be in that chair if Iggy's still ill. And And that'll be the dais. Doug, is that on the 31st? I think it's on the 31st. Ball's in the air.
Okay.
8 a.m. Got the flight assignments last night. What do you think of the flights?
I didn't see. I don't look at that stuff.
Movie Boy is a ACAB. Shocker. That's from Mr. Licks. What's ACAB mean?
All cops are bastards.
Oh, God.
That's not, I didn't say that. He said that about me. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
We're going to take care of him on Sunday, Jackson. Don't you worry.
I don't get it, but whatever. It's all good. I'm happy.
Jackson, do not listen to these Gentiles. You do, you sweet king. Doug, how has this become a Gentile issue?
There's a lot of that going on.
Scott is the number one player in the world.
Yeah.
He's in the poke, and now all hell's broken loose.
No, I'm good.
The only Dodge Caravan you'll see in St. Louis are in the member parking. Oh, and then he got into a personal, private.
They don't hold back no matter the situation.
That's a Licks and Warson Woods wacko situation going on there. Let's stop acting like Iggy is sick. He posted this a few years ago. Is he getting oral from a guy at a restaurant?
I saw that picture he posted
Doug,
last night.
What in the
Just a couple of boys having fun in Bermuda.
What in the world? That's Iggy?
Iggy's the one receiving the oral.
Oh.
And that guy is he's got like a Tory Wells mouth.
Can I see that?
Sure. If you want to use it, I can
I
text it
don't
to you.
even know what that means, but I don't like the sound of it.
She was aggressive with her oral.
We got a reverse screenshot band.
I don't know if I'd be like,
here.
holy crap, I got 5 seconds in me, or maybe like, listen, sister, you got to settle down.
Oh.
I'm going to have a chafed ween here.
Oh, is that?
But she was great. Tip my cap. She went away too soon, Doug. We'll have more on that in the 8 o'clock hour.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's a lesson to be learned for the rest of us, it's that if you come across a police barricade, no matter who you are, how late you are, how important you think you are, you must cooperate.
Yeah,
you
listen,
must.
I agree. I think that this was mishandled by multiple sides of the equation. I think a situation that happened really quickly, like you said, Doug, and certainly a miscommunication happened because it would surprise me if Scottie was like, I'm just going around this, and I wasn't told that I could go in yet, but I'm going to do it anyways. I would think that he might have been told, hey, you can go into Valhalla, and he had no idea what to do, and so he did it, and things escalated quickly. That's what I think is probably what happened. I'm not saying Scottie Scheffler is 100% right and shouldn't be charged with anything. I'm not saying the cops are 100% right. But I don't have all the information.
No Laying Up is reporting now. Scottie Scheffler told the police officer, I did not know you were a police officer. So I don't know what their source is on that. I don't know if Tron Carter was on the grounds. I'd like to think he was. But that is No Laying Up tweeting that. And Jeff Darlington, at Jeff Darlington, ESPN's NFL reporter, who is doing the PGA Championship this week for ESPN, has the video on his Twitter feed of him being arrested. And the police officers continue to tell him to get back, and then he just keeps walking with them and getting the video of Scheffler in handcuffs going into the police vehicle where he has been booked and charged with, I mean, there's no way, whether you agree with the arrest or not, I don't think anybody would disagree that the charges are serious.
Oh, yeah.
He was charged with second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic, and he has been released on his own reconnaissance. So theoretically, he could play today, all while facing felony charges. So there you go. We'll have more on this story, as it was not something that we were anticipating. I was kind of looking forward to breaking down Tyler O'Neill's return and setting an over-under for the self-indulgent standing ovation. But we'll get to that, I guess, in the IHOP 8 o'clock hour.
We can't give him a standing O, right?
I think what you do is you catch yourself and go, oh, nobody's applauding, then you stand up, and then you hope that the broadcasters go, boy, these fans, they really...
And don't you also turn around and tell the other people behind you to get up, get up, get up? Kind of like when the wave gets going.
You're down there tonight and you're leading that charge for the...
I'm going tomorrow.
Did you get that ticket situation figured out?
I did, finally, yeah.
What's your ticket situation, bro?
I had tickets sent to me, but it didn't show up on my MLB app. And if you don't have a barcode there, I don't think you're getting in. But turns out...
Calling the nation all day.
Okay, yeah, that was the issue. Turns out I do somehow have multiple accounts with the MLB app. So it was going to one email and not the other. So
You sign up with one of your
Good morning.
imagine that. It's on me. I didn't know I had two. I had one for tmastl.com and one for my personal email.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I know it's not that interesting, but I was asked, Mo.
Scheffler should embrace this new bad boy persona. His Q rating will skyrocket to the point of being as high as Pete Weber's. That's from Minute Bowl eligible. All the big books have taken down Scheffler lines for this round.
Maybe he should get out there and play and donate any winnings to the victim of the crash in the city of Louisville.
I think that would, or just
And
in
you
general.
really are Fleischman.
Yeah, well, he's got to do something to help this go away.
Guys, do you think Ali Marmol will lead the standing ovation for Tyler O'Neill tonight?
You have to
Probably not.
apply to get a standing ovation so you don't violate the pitch clock. You have to apply in advance.
Really?
For a standing ovation.
Who do you apply with?
The MLB. You have to apply with the MLB.
Who will do that? Tyler O'Neill?
No,
or
the Cardinals.
Red Sox?
No, the Cardinals.
Cardinals will.
The Cardinals.
Say, give this guy a break?
Wow.
So the umpires are aware so that they can stop. Otherwise, the pitch clock would be rolling and the batter or the pitcher would be hit with it.
The umpires can't ever just pick up on that and say, wait a minute, this is an entertainment.
From my knowledge, what
I've
seen, you have to apply to do it.
Really?
Holy crap. I didn't know that.
I can confirm. I probably should have confirmed before, but I'm...
Doug, why don't you confirm by calling on the Collier and Thompson phone lines? The phone line sponsor here on TMA, 636-900-4TMA. And you should probably think about that.
Well, Collier and Thompson will take care of your home, that's for sure. If you got a kitchen that you haven't remodeled for a long time, maybe you bought your home like I did in the 90s, and you're thinking, I'm still sitting pretty. And then the neighbors come over and say, oh, what happened to your kitchen? Okay, needs to be remodeled a little bit. That's pretty common. If you haven't done anything to your house in, 15, 20, 30 years, you might think I'm still okay. But no, Collier and Thompson can get your house looking like a showplace. They've got some before and after pictures there on their website that will just knock your socks off. You can't believe some of the work that they've done. They got a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau, and that's important for contractors. Because unless you're working with a reputable contractor like Collier & Thompson that's been around a long time, you really don't know for sure what you're getting. And almost always you have to pay some up front. And if you're not dealing with someone with the great AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau, someone that's been around for 70 years like Collier & Thompson, who knows if that contractor is going to come back again. A lot of times you hear all these horror stories. Also, Collier & Thompson's people are fully insured. If you hire a contractor that is not, and heaven forbid they get hurt on the job in your house, guess who gets to pay for that issue? You do. It's going to go on your homeowners, not if you got Collier & Thompson, because they are fully insured. They got all the bases covered, and they have experts in every area of remodeling your home. They have that commitment to quality that you are going to love. You ought to check out their showroom right there on Manchester, more than 10,000 square feet of kitchen displays and bathroom displays. You want a man cave, you want to knock down a wall in your home, they can do it all at Collier & Thompson, and they do it better than anyone in town. Collier & Thompson is on Manchester and Baldwin, right there next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
In today's fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your audience can be a daunting challenge for any business. But what if there was a place where connections aren't just made, but nurtured for growth? Enter 2060 Digital, our sister company, backed by a 100-year-old media empire, just like 105.7 HD2 FM. It's Hubbard Radio. If you are a business owner or a marketer seeking more strategic ways to reach and engage customers, look no further than 2060 Digital. With 12 years of expertise, 2060 specializes in simplifying the complexities of digital marketing. Our team demystifies the process by transforming it from a challenge into an opportunity for your business, whether it's enhancing your brand's online presence, optimizing digital campaigns, or increasing customer engagement. 2060 is here to propel your business forward. Think your business has room to grow? Let us prove it to you. Visit 1057thepoint.com/2060digital to request a complimentary digital audit today. It is 8:02 in St. Louis. For those of you who are listening live to the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. We are in the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. You can call into the Collier & Thompson phone lines at 636-9004-TMA. Text in to the soon-to-be-named text inbox. I think I can say it. I don't know.
What are you going to say?
Yeah, it's just a new sponsor. We're excited about it. 314-881-TMA5, an email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Jackie is 100% correct. They have to request the MLB to suspend the pitch clock for standing ovations.
Yeah. Yep. I saw Baseball Authority. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be a standing thing then? Almost every night some new team comes in?
Yeah.
With a different former Cardinal?
Yeah, if you want to give them a standing ovation, you have to apply, and it has to be approved so that the umpires are aware of it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying that happens darn near every night, doesn't it?
No, not every night. Like when the Brewers come to town, who are they having a standing O for?
Colton Wong?
He's not on the Brewers.
Oh, well, he was. Just because he used to be on the Brewers, that's enough for me.
It's the phantom Colton Wong.
But there's a lot of teams that come in with former Cardinals, a lot of them.
Right.
And just because you were there on Monday night, a new group is coming in on Tuesday night of fans. They want to give their own standing ovation. Same thing for the game on Wednesday night.
It's almost like the MLB rules are kind of weird and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news in the YouTube chat. 292 Friends of the Feather have gathered. We are 8 away from Chairman Kurt meeting his goal of 300. Brick by effing brick.
Just build it up.
Wow. What a moment. Especially with Chuck. Doug, you say scoop or shoop?
I always say scooper.
He says, remember in Rocky 3 when Mr. T brushed up against Mickey, it messed with Rocky's head bigly.
Bigly.
I like that.
Somehow we dropped to 275. I don't know what happened.
Just like that.
I thought that might Chuck Scoop or Shoopy's Scooper's post. I thought that would people go, I got to go read more with if Scooper's in there.
Undo one more button, Doug. I think that'll get us there.
Yeah. Show your nipple piercings.
Okay.
Oh, Doug, damn it.
It is Friday.
There we go.
Okay.
Soft cow
How's that?
season.
My hand got hot from being in those mittens.
Down to 263. What happened?
We're hemorrhaging.
We're hemorrhaging.
You better button up again.
You do look. Doug came in today in the casual Doug look. Like if you were like a Ken doll, this would be like casual Doug.
Casual Doug.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I like the look.
Do you?
Yeah. Usually you're in like a quarter zip or maybe even a sweater, but today you've you gotten like more of the Tommy Bahama look.
No, I like that. You going to the beach today?
Yeah,
I'm not going to the beach today, no.
286 now. I mean, this is a fluctuating. This is like watching the market live. I mean, it is moving, and it's moving quick. Come on, boys, we can do it. Do it for KG. That's from Brad. I was told Doug was topless, so I joined. That's from SD. Sean Moynihan says, I'm only here to try to get the 300. Well, they're at 295, and Chairman Kurt is 5 away. Mrs. Janny Shanahan, hashtag here for KG. Don't tease me like that, Doug. That's from MD 2020. It is about to happen. Chairman Kurt, what a moment it is for you. Can it happen? 305! 305! 305!
Chairman, can't you go outside and lure a girl to come in here, and we'll say, we've got a girl in the studio. We'll get up to 400 or 500.
During the break, I'll see who's out there.
Okay.
Congratulations.
What if we could get Learn in here when Iggy's not here?
Oh, that's a cock.
Yeah,
that's a cock.
That is.
That's a cock.
He'd never get over that.
That's a cock. That's a kick. Yeah.
He'd
Cock
come
kick.
in. He'd start feeling much better.
310. Now it's just. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, said, I heard casual Doug, and I jumped in.
Yeah.
So he wanted to say it. Casual Doug.
The button did it.
I'm just here for Doug's chest hair. That's from Matt
I don't
Phillips.
have
You
any
have
chest
tufts?
hair. I have no chest hair.
That's a cock.
Okay.
What's the number for you to get tased? Is it 500?
Unfortunately,
you set
it's
that a little low.
500.
Now we're up to 327. Now we're just Tom Osborne in this bitch.
Is that still on the table? You're going to get tased at 500?
I said it. I'll stick to it.
You gotta, that's it.
I was talking to my mom about that last night. She was not happy with me for declaring that on the air.
It could stop your heart.
Not this
Come on, babe. Put the bag down. You can't make me put this thing.
Right there. Stopped his heart.
It's coming.
I think a dog collar, like a dog shock collar, is more than that. Because if a dog that weighs 80 pounds can handle it, you got it.
Well, and I would be fine with like the stun gun, just the up close and personal one, not necessarily the prongs that shoot out.
Yeah. What if we mace you? What if we just pepper spray you?
I'd rather be tased.
Wow,
yeah, I
look
would
at
too. I think I would too.
Yeah. Has the golf world ever needed anything more than divorced horny Rory versus felon Scottie in the final group Sunday? Book it. That's from little Tommy Tribbins out there on the track.
Scheffler Schauffele knocking his knees on the final pairing. That'd be fun.
Up to 344 now. I mean, Doug, this has just went from...
It's showing off.
It is.
It's running up the score and showing off.
Yeah, this is impressive, Chairman Kurt. I mean, this has to give you momentum going into your match on Sunday.
I'm going to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
What do you say, Doug? Walking in tall cotton?
Yeah, that's what you'll be doing.
It is impressive. Send your emails in. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. Brian Henson and Buck Swope are deadlocked at 4 apiece. JV Golf Coach has 2 wins this month. Robert Sue and the Coalition, each with 1. You can email in and compete with the greats the morning after at InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. This is TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Closing out the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock in.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today.
Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
This is wide receiver Luther Burden III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carlton.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burden III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority, bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at tmastl.com. Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at tmastl.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at tmastl.com. Now,
it's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After. KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Nice.
I don't like that. I don't like funeral pyre.
Why is this song in a round?
So sick.
Really is
Welcome back to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. We are in the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. Try IHOP's new spring menu. It's featuring tasty classic chicken sandwiches and new cinnamon apple pecan pancakes. Never thought we would be covering breaking news at 7 in the morning, but alas, that's what we have. For those of you just joining us, this is a serious report. Scottie Scheffler arrested, detained, and charged with a variety of serious charges. I mean, there's no way around it, including a felony charge for assault of a police officer. What took place this morning is there was a pedestrian killed outside of Valhalla at the PGA Championship in Louisville, Kentucky. That was an accident. It stopped traffic, and Scottie Scheffler tried to get around the traffic to get in. A police officer, per ESPN's Jeff Darlington, attached himself to the car. Scheffler continued to drive for about 10 to 20 yards. He stopped at the entrance to Valhalla, and he was arrested, and he was taken to a jail, and he faces charges of second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding traffic signals from an officer directing traffic. There is a mugshot, and now he is back at Valhalla.
Oh, he is.
And he has arrived. His tee time is in approximately an hour. Marty Smith of ESPN said, Scottie, any comment on what happened this morning? Scottie responded, love you, Marty. And then he went in to get ready.
Well, the reporter did his job there. He had to ask.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and Scottie did it right.
Yeah,
definitely. Didn't yell at him, didn't scream.
No.
Just let it be known. I know what you're doing, but I'm not about to talk about this right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who Nathan Hubbard is. I guess he's with the Ringer, it looks like. He is there, and he said, I can confirm Scheffler's arrived. He walked in, he saluted player dining, and said good morning. So there you go, Doug. He's at Valhalla, and I guess he'll be on the tee here in about an hour with one of the most anticipated and watched rounds of golf on a Friday morning in Louisville, Kentucky in recent memory.
Very weird. Never know what's going to happen.
It's crazy. The whole situation is wild.
Your thoughts are welcome. We're taking calls from attorneys and scofflaws.
Scofflaws.
We'll take it from both.
636-9004 TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines. Text in 314-881-TMA5 and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Ken Strode is out today. He is ill. Hopefully Iggy will be feeling better and back on Monday. A gentleman by the name of Chairman Kurt is here, and somebody who runs a golf tournament. It's essentially like having Kerry Hagan here, Doug, because he can speak to what he would do if, say, the top seed... Who is the top seed in the Jennings Randolph Jr.?
You, Tim.
I guess so. It speaks to the caliber of play when a 5 handicap's the best player.
He didn't even look at the board to see who
I didn't need to.
I
know all my players
G's
in
like
my
a
tournament.
scratch.
What happens if Tim gets in trouble with the law on his way over?
Yeah, what happens then?
I pause it. I pause the tournament.
You just stop the tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
You shut down the police force?
I probably just give him... his opponent probably forfeits at that point.
Bruce Valanche.
Yeah.
Okay. That would clearly be on the opponent.
Yeah.
If Tim were to drive with a policeman attached to his car.
I want to bang Tim.
Okay, Larry.
Depending on how things fall over the next round or two, you could have, 2 show members and 1 former show member making a run with you, me, and Plowsy.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Are we all in different brackets?
Yeah. Theoretically, it could be 3 of the final 4.
Oh, my God, Doug. You'd have to go to that.
I wouldn't go to any of it.
Seriously.
And then probably Mr. Siders down there in that bracket.
Siders is dangerous, according to Jackson.
You cannot lose games in the NFL and still win.
See?
Good reminder to have.
That's the take we all need to aspire to.
Okay.
Yep. Think about that.
I'm afraid to go as a spectator because I saw a serpent in one of the water hazards.
No, that's right.
And if I have to stand on the side of the fairway, that serpent might find me.
Don't be scared of my snake.
Wasn't your snake I was afraid of.
Oh. Wow. This has just got flirtatious. We know narratives. We love narratives. There's nothing like a good narrative. And once you have the narrative, even if a fact is presented that blows up the narrative, you still dig in.
Go with it, yeah.
And Doug, you were talking about how now Scheffler will be inspired by what took place this morning and go out and shoot a 58.
Probably.
Xander Schauffele sleeping on leads, and of course Rory McIlroy's divorce. Here is a reporter talking it over with Rory and trying to sneak the Carlos Beltran, Adam Wainwright breaking ball by him. Here, take a listen.
How'd that go?
Was it nice to be inside the ropes, Rory, and just to concentrate on golf? Obviously, other things going on this week.
It's always nice to be inside the ropes.
Is it? Do you find it easy? We always ask players about compartmentalising. Is that something you're good at and you're going to have to rely on this week?
Happy to be here.
Yeah. Just don't even go there. You know you're
Happy to be here.
What do you think he's going to say? Pour his heart out? You won't believe what she did to me.
It's always nice to be inside the ropes.
Yes. Yes.
I just don't get, what? How would that have any... It's so dumb.
Because that's the narrative, and you got to go with it. That's why they hate us so.
It's just...
It's so justified, by the way.
Yeah, when stuff like that happens, it's like, how could that have... he won last week. Do you think divorce was a surprise? Do you think it just happened one day? He won last week.
Yeah.
How's that for compartmentalizing? Winning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Find a different narrative is what he's saying.
Yeah, or just, let's talk about golf. You want to talk about golf?
Yes,
Tina?
I do.
Were you stunned that he was able to shoot 500 despite the press release on Monday?
No, not really.
Well, sounds like you're surprised. Doug, story this morning in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch is this Bailey situation.
Oh, what now?
Continues to be a thorn in the side of Cardinal fans and baseball fans around the country. Another development, another jab to some Cardinals fans from broadcast moves out of their control. The latest smack will come Sunday when the telecast of the team's game at home against the Red Sox has been pulled from Bailey's by Major League Baseball and moved to the Roku streaming service, on which it will be exclusively shown. Unlike some other MLB streamers, Roku is available for free and will be available to anyone who can access a website, therokuchannel.com, so that should quell the angst of many. But fallout from that move is that it will cause a big inconvenience to some fans planning to attend the game. The starting time has been changed from 1:15 to 12:05. It's only an hour and 10-minute difference, which might not be that big of a deal if the switch was from 3:15 to 2:05, but with this being much earlier in the day, it could be problematic for people who are planning to take in the ball game after going to church or having Sunday brunch. While it is true that the Battlehawks have a home game at the even more inconvenient for some starting time of 11 a.m. Sunday, that is a byproduct of the UFL coming together only a few months before the season began, and that led to the schedule having to be crafted around stadium availability and fitting games into television lineups in which many of the most desirable slots already had been filled. That is certainly not the case with MLB. The Roku deal was not announced until Monday. And although the time change had quietly been made a few days earlier, that did not come into full light until the TV plan for the game surfaced. So instead of delaying the start of the package for a week or two, MLB immediately implemented it, leading to short notice for fans planning to attend. And this follows the fan-unfriendly huge distribution mess of Bailey's, the Cardinals' local telecaster. They've been experiencing this now for years. 2 weeks ago, Xfinity, a division of Comcast, dropped Diamond Sports Group's regional sports networks, including Bailey's, in a financial squabble in which each side blames the other. Impacted by that are some of the club's fans in outlying areas, especially in Illinois. So the latest with the television situation continues to be problematic.
Doug, you get to watch on Roku.
On the website.
Well, I might be able to figure that out. What I'm not doing is getting another subscription to watch one game. Yeah. I would not do that.
It's crazy.
I'll try to figure this out, I guess.
Yeah. Announcing it Monday, too, is really...
Still negotiating broadcast rights for games that are a week away. How is this even possible? Because there's an extra buck in it for them, obviously.
Right, yeah. Something like that. It's a weird deal.
Hammer and Hank says it's been $12.05 for weeks.
If it's free, though...
Hammer and Hank.
If this is free to get it this way, where is the extra money?
Advertisements, I guess.
Because get advertisements on other games,
no doubt. But I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But Apple, when they first got the games, were giving them out for free, kind of as like, come in. Watch this game for free. Oh, you like some more of our content.
Oh, gosh.
Pay us this subscription fee that you'll forget about in 3 months.
I won't. The worst was when the games were on Facebook.
I remember that.
We're going to lure in younger audiences by putting them on Facebook.
Yeah.
Did that go away?
The kids have never heard of baseball.
Right.
And when they see it, they're going to become fans.
And that's where all the youngs are,
I was going to say,
Facebook.
if they're looking for a social media platform for the youngs, I don't think it's Facebook.
That'd be YouTube.
Just so stupid. So incredibly stupid.
It's just a shame that some people are going to miss this first-place team.
Well, it won't be the Cardinals in first.
What?
I mean, if you don't watch the game for 7 hours, you're not a diehard Cardinal fan.
I am.
Doug, Cardinals have 9 at home, 3 high Q rating teams. The Red Sox, who are hovering around 500 in the American League East. Mm-hmm. The Orioles, one of the best teams in baseball, certainly a hell of an offense with names that might not necessarily be household names yet, but might be over the next couple of years. And when Sonny Gray goes up in his start, he will be facing Corbin Burns, so the Cardinals don't necessarily have a great advantage there. And Burns, of course, dominant with the Brewers. Gray had been dominant up until his last 2 starts with the Cardinals, and then they get the Cubs as well. Cubs, one of 2 teams above 500 in the National League Central. The over/under for wins is 4.5. What you got? Show me what you got, little mama.
Well,
show me what you got, little lady. Show me what you got. Sure.
Gosh, if they could go 4-5, you'd almost take that. They just have to avoid going 2-7 or something.
Very possible.
4-5 against 3 tough teams, the way they're going right now, that wouldn't be horrible. Wouldn't be great, of course.
I'm going under.
You're going under on 4.5.
Yep.
I just don't know how they're going to score runs to keep up with the Orioles. That's kind of the core issue on that part of the series.
Right. Stingy pitching and tighten up the defense, Timmy.
The pitching has been terrible this month.
What makes you say that?
The numbers. Like, let's take a look right here, Doug. The Cardinals have a 5.94 ERA in May.
That's good.
Yeah. The Cardinals have fallen a half game behind the Reds in the race for the cellar.
Uh-oh.
The Cardinals are asking no quarter and giving none. But the Reds are hanging tough. And don't count out the Pirates. They're 7 out themselves.
The race to the bottom is strong.
Yeah, the National League Central, starting the National League Central after a nice start to the campaign.
I like to look at it this way. The Cardinals are in as good a shape as any other last-place team in baseball.
There you go.
How about that?
The Angels are also 8 games out. But
Rouse to be proud.
Miami's 18 back. Colorado 12.5. Toronto 9.5. White Sox 13. We're not in bad shape.
8 back.
That'll do it. Back to you, Steve. Yep. That was my report on the standings. They'd go to me, I'd be doing a live shot outside the stadium and just simply read the standings and say, that'll do it. Back to you, Steve.
Yep. Well, maybe the Cardinals can go 6-3 according to Chuck and the Chuck. Get everyone excited. Only going to go 1-5 in Cincinnati and Philadelphia. So it was optimistic, and then it was an unfortunate letdown. Guys, our parish golf tournament's tomorrow. A lot of drunk, horny dads going to get naughty. Can't wait. That's from the Hunchback of On Castle.
Okay.
Does that go on to parish golf tournaments?
No.
Okay.
I've played in a few parish golf tournaments, and I didn't notice any naughty stepfather activity.
Guys, this means the Battlehawks will undoubtedly get higher ratings than the Cardinals on Sunday.
I don't know how the ratings work on Roku. I don't know how that works.
Well, they could. They could. Higher attendance, maybe? I wouldn't think so.
All I'm telling you is the Battlehawks in Birmingham are on a collision course for $63,000 to fill that building on Father's Day at 4 p.m., June 16th in St. Louis, Missouri, with the UFL championship on the line. What are you going to do if you're undefeated Birmingham and you can't get a playoff because the crowd noise inside the dome is haunting you?
God. Would you guys go to that game if someone gave you tickets?
Absolutely.
You would?
How about that? Chairman Kurt.
Yeah.
I would probably be at my parents' house for Father's Day, to be real honest with you.
Yeah. I choose not to answer.
That means
now,
no.
What does that right there? What does that mean?
No, see, that's what you can't do. Is if I choose not to answer, then you can't assume my answer.
Well, but I am.
Even if you're 100% correct.
Yeah. I would go. I think that'd be fun.
You take the family here for Father's Day. Let's all go down to the Battlehawks game.
When was the last time we saw a team in St. Louis clinch a championship here? I guess 2013 World Series, right?
2011 World Series.
Yeah, 2011 World Series.
Yeah. Yep. That would be it. Blue Note did it in Boston.
Yeah.
So.
KG's on his phone. That's in the total package. That's what goes on when you're in that chair they monitor.
Not even going to acknowledge that.
No, I wouldn't if I was you.
Anybody else worried that Ken got the bird flu from his new goose family? That's from Milagro Tequila Texture of the Year, Arbor Day.
I heard a report on the way in here that we're having trouble with black vultures now in Missouri.
Oh, God. My fear of birds doesn't like to hear that.
Apparently, their job in nature is to eat roadkill. But what they also do is sometimes attack in packs and go after young livestock. And they don't have strong enough beaks or teeth to pierce the skin, so they attack the eyes and the anus. They attack soft tissue until they cause these animals to bleed to death.
So they go up in their holes?
I guess so.
Is the anus soft tissue?
Yeah.
Nice.
With packs of them. 5 and 6 of them together attack young livestock.
If I got a vulture coming for my anus, just put a bullet in my head.
Oh, wouldn't you punch him? You would
Fight that vulture off, boy.
You could punch a vulture.
I don't know how to fight a bird. It seems like...
Punch him.
That's what I'm saying. That's
where? In the face?
Beak?
That would hurt.
Hurt them more than you.
Probably. I go for the neck, that longer neck.
I mean, if a bird was really coming at you, you wouldn't have any trouble standing your ground and fighting them off.
Well, I think your fight or flight reflexes are certainly going to take hold, and you'll figure it out, but that's a challenge I don't want to have to face in my life.
You're afraid of a bird that weighs about 1.5 pounds?
No, I'm not afraid. A vulture is different than like a songbird.
It's 10 pounds?
One of those California condors, those are huge.
20 pounds?
I'll take the over on that. You're going to make me look up how much a California condor weighs.
Cal Kennedy texted me on this UFL thing. Says UFL has sent out to the season ticket holders info for buying tickets for the championship game, but they're telling the Battlehawks fans you're not guaranteed your same seats you had all season, claiming they're not in control. The UFL is control. Lots of unhappy Cacaw fans. It's from Cal Kennedy. It's not like the Battlehawks are owned by a private citizen or a corporation. The Battlehawks are owned by the UFL.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
They do what they want, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing like making your one big fan base upset by taking their seats away.
But I guess that, they can't forecast who's going to be in the championship. They can only forecast where they're going to play.
But do they really think people are going to come from all over the world to come see this game? So the high rollers are going to knock you out of your seat?
A lot of these people won't even go when it's in their own city.
Yeah.
Well, the attendance has been so damn good outside of St. Louis. You have to think that people will travel far and wide for this.
I don't think anyone would come from out of town for this.
Whoa.
What do you consider out of town? Like Chesterfield?
Sadly, that's what the Super Bowl has become, is a party for the super rich all over the world.
I thought that when I was there in 2002. It was one of my least favorite events I've gone to. As weird as that sounds. I know it sounds so counterintuitive, but I'm like, this is my hometown team is playing, but most of the people here couldn't care any less about the game.
Right.
It was a weird, very weird thing.
It feels like a convention for football, like the 2-week break, the radio thing leading up to it, Radio Row leading up to it, which Francesa always dominates, and he will not let people hawk products despite any evidence to the contrary. But it always seemed like a very corporate event.
Oh, definitely. Corporate fest, yeah.
Where the actual fans, I guess maybe with the exception of Tampa when they won at home. But that was in 2020, so that was even different then, too.
Give me that anus, you sailing Kennedy bitch. That's from The Recovering Alcoholic. I get the sense that's directed towards Jackson's roommate, Sweet Sweet Kai. He's sailing?
Or some of the black vultures going after soft anus tissue.
Yeah.
Sweet Sweet doesn't do much sailing. He's a powerboat guy.
Oh, is that right? Cigarette boat? See you at the lake next week?
He's been to the lake a few times. He's a lake guy.
You guys ever done any sailing?
No, it's
try to be on a sailboat.
I think it
awfully preppy.
Camp Willie Worm at Wilmore Park in like '86.
Yeah.
I think we sailed around Wilmore Park's lake.
Oh, did you quarter against the wind?
Yeah.
Stop it.
That was the name of the camp, was Camp Willie Worm?
Yeah. Camp Willie Worm.
Was that sailing you guys did in Jamaica? That wasn't sailing, was it?
No, it was a catamaran.
Ran into some rough seas.
Plowsy had just a drench.
Jackson hates this because he knows where it's going.
I've seen this movie before.
We have his life preserver right over here if you'd like to put it on.
How do people call that a diaper? In what world could that possibly be a diaper? It's a cummerbund.
It's the way you positioned it.
Oh, man. Well, I learned a valuable lesson that day.
It somehow even made its way to Balloon Party. There's usually some compartmentalization between what's talked about here and talked about over there, and somehow it got on over there.
Rory.
How'd your rap
There's a Chairman Stephen Wildwood mic droppers. What's the media in this town doing? Wearing diapers in the Caribbean.
How'd your rap go yesterday on Balloon Party?
Poorly.
What, did you post that on social media?
Yeah.
Did you?
Poorly, yeah. That
they weren't a fan of it on the text.
Listen, sometimes you gotta shoot. Like sometimes you work something out and you gotta shoot and just see if it works. And if it doesn't, hey, at least you gave it your best effort.
Yeah.
You know? And that was one that probably didn't work. I thought the lyrics were good. I just needed someone else to say them because I am painfully myself.
Painfully myself.
And that just isn't.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I'm yapping at this point.
I'm back. How about that?
I have an APB maybe to the listeners or anybody really.
No, what do we got?
There's a drop that I really want to play. I just don't know who says it. It's someone saying, "You're pissing me off right now." And if I know
Vince McMahon.
Okay, now that I know that, I think I'll be able to find it because I had no idea who that was, and it isn't labeled.
Yeah, I'm virtually certain that's Vince McMahon. Okay. Get involved on the program. It's the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. IHOP has new pancake-inspired milkshakes. Try the new Cinestack and Cupcake Shakes. House-made shakes at IHOP. 314-881-TMA5. Text inbox sponsor will be announced next week. And, of course, the Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004. TMA and email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Doug was sporting those hot take mittens in the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. And they are brought to you by EDF. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor of TMA? Well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com. Doug, why don't you tell people about IHOP, the sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour? What treats do they have for us here in the Bunth of Bay?
I'll tell you exactly what they have. They have a new Pancake of the Month promotion going on. You like to try a different kind of pancake every month? You ought to go to IHOP. Do it once a month. First of every month, a new flavor will be available as a full stack, a side, or part of a pancake combo. This limited time offering will be available only for that calendar month. Guests have the incentive to try every Pancake of the Month flavor with IHOP's annual loyalty challenge within the International Bank of Pancakes. See what they've done there? Bank of Pancakes. Order the Pancake of the Month 2 or more times in a month to earn 10 Pan coins for that month. Order the Pancake of the Month at least once each month for the entire year, and you receive 100 bonus Pan coins that can go towards your next purchase. The flavor of the month this month of May is white chocolate raspberry pancakes. It's got white chocolate chips mixed in there with whipped cream and cream cheese icing.
One more time.
That tastes good at IHOP. Everything tastes good at IHOP, not just the pancakes. They got all kinds of food, including a couple of classic chicken sandwiches, grilled or crispy chicken breasts with bacon, lettuce, tomato, 4-cheese blend, avocado, and buttermilk ranch on a grilled roll. I'm getting hungry just talking about it. You would be too. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, IHOP is the place for you. IHOP's new spring menu featuring those tasty chicken sandwiches and the new pancake of the month, only at IHOP.
There it is. Send your emails in. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Brian Henson and Buck Swope locked in at 4-4. This is fun. It's fun to see great players competing at a high level, especially with May being one of the major months here on TMA. Let me see what we got here, Jackson. Oh, we got the drops of the week.
Indeed.
I was about to go to this. I went to my first orgy at 49. Here's what happened story from the New York Post. And we'll get to that, because we have our orgy coming up for the 20th anniversary of TMA on July 26th.
Really?
Yeah. That's going to be hot, man.
We have a location for that? Oh, because it's an orgy and it could be illegal in some municipalities, we have to hide the location.
Are orgies illegal? This is another question for lawyers. Lawyers call in again. Orgies illegal.
If you were to do it outside, it would be.
Probably broadcasting locations of... And I don't know.
That's where the law could get involved?
I don't know. I think maybe it's all good.
Do we have a secret password for people to get in?
Fidelio.
That's what I thought.
Well, the location of the orgy will be sent out an hour prior to those who need to know.
Right.
And you would certainly be in the know. So
I
just
would
keep
be.
your phone on you.
Okay. And I'm sure you'll send it out to just women.
Huh?
You'll send it out to just women. So it'll be the five of us or so on the show and like 50 or 60 women? That's what you're planning?
More likely like 110 mid-30s to upper 40s males with children.
Heavy set.
Yeah, slight gut.
Cankles.
Maybe a cankle.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Tattoo they regret.
Right.
And
testicles to their ankles.
Yeah. Credit card debt that they're not super concerned about right now, but they're coming close to it.
That's who's going to be there.
Yeah. Last year, last year's shorts and this year's ass.
I don't like that.
Title of the segment.
Yep, there it is. We got it. Doug, here are the drops of the week.
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you guys drop it like it's hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Clip that off. Clip that
off.
Clip that off.
I just want to get down his pants.
Out?
I'm beginning to think that really me putting work into this really makes no sense.
Which listeners are you going to swap fluids with?
I don't think I had sex with any of the girls at Crossroads.
Why buy a bidet when his tongue is just effective?
Ass over to Berkey.
Why would I take off my trouser?
Scat.
Ooh, I'm going to need every inch, Doug.
Whatever they rubbed on there, it worked.
I'm just one little clog.
My wife diddles my prostate.
Vaseline is a miracle elixir. I do like chocolate bunnies, yeah.
You're stupid and gay.
What am I, a MasterCard worker?
Whatever happened with that orgy?
Many men. Many men.
Why are you so fat, ugly, and lonely?
Because I've been part of the show now for 7 years, and I talk.
Yeah, I can see that getting people damp.
I thought I saw a lot of guys say they got there.
Whoops, I guess I'm here now. I guess I'm gay now if I'm here.
But aren't you curious about what his stubble will feel like around your balls?
Oh, the new papa.
Sorry, lighting up the dark.
Look at me. I'm going to Chicago. Stand up.
Thickness up top.
We're not going to go S in each other's D's just yet.
Tim, drown me in your frothy release?
Two-man trumpet. Big.
It definitely is thicker.
I'm not going to explain anything about that hole anymore. High school threesomes. Oh, dig it.
Time to take a break.
Okay.
That was Drops of the Week.
Doug, how can you not feel good about where we are entering the 20th anniversary orgy?
That's Chairman Kurt's work.
Chairman Kurt?
That is my favorite part about the week here is being able to put that together.
Really?
Oh, my God.
It's disappointing. I'm going to Chicago. Stand up.
That's a great drop.
Why would someone stand up? Because I'm going to Chicago.
Doug, I believe it was Kanye who said, Chi-Town, stand up.
Okay.
That's such a good.
Curious about her sexuality post-divorce, editor Lucy, do you pronounce it Robert?
I do, Robert.
Attended her first sex party, not really knowing what to expect. What she found was intriguing, to say the least. It was only as the taxi turned into the long drive that I realized how nervous I was. Having an old girlfriend from school by my side was comforting, but the nights seemed to stretch out endlessly on either side of the road. In the distance, I saw the great pale mansion illuminated as car headlights swung round and deposited passengers.
No, is that what they call Jackson's house? Pale mansion?
Oh, okay, it's low-hanging fruit.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Aged 48, I was about to arrive at my first orgy. As the new editor of Erotic Review, which I've just relaunched as a print magazine after 14 years off the presses, this is the time to relaunch print.
You're right. It's a great time. The market's perfect.
I'm invited to all manner of book launches and gallery openings. I say yes to only a handful. Ooh, this is a selective print person.
Such nonsense. Such utter nonsense.
But the invitation to a killing kittens party was too intriguing to refuse. This hedonistic members-only organization, which was founded in 2005, hosts up to 3 gatherings a month in the UK, with additional soirees overseas. On this particular night, I was going to the Country Mansion, a masked black tie sex party for over 800 people. I've heard London is fast becoming the sex party capital of the world. Have you heard that?
Fast.
Yeah, I keep hearing it. Oh, everywhere I go, people talk about it. Whether it's QT or Chick-fil-A.
What about that Hugs for the Plow Liquid crap?
Yeah.
And throughout the city, you can find anything from fetish techno nights to feral dreamscapes. I've also been curious about how people explore sexual desire and feel there isn't a serious platform for looking into this, which is why I took the opportunity to start a new chapter in the Erotic Review's 30-year history. I've spent my life writing and editing, including 2 historical novels, which I penned in the shed at the end of my garden.
Shed. Gosh. You go into a tool shed to do your writing?
All right, give me that hand.
Okay.
That's a weird place.
A tool shed.
Like a tough shed.
It's at the end of the garden.
A she shed?
I just read what's in the prompter.
Okay.
As a divorced mother of 3 teens in her late 40s, I'm open and curious about myself beyond the parameters of a 16-year heterosexual monogamous marriage. People have been going to orgies for millennia. Is that true? How long have orgies been around?
A millennia, apparently.
So
How
perhaps,
long is that? 1,000 years?
That's right.
Yeah.
I might love it. Maybe anonymous nights like this might suit me and provide an answer to balancing single parenthood with pleasure. Yet as the taxi pulled up outside the stately pile...
Pale Mansion.
It's just a stately pile near Wokingham, Berkshire. I realized that I was nervous about what might happen, whether I'd hate it or whether I'd never want to leave. Once inside, we waited in a long queue for the bar, among male and female couples of all ages, dressed in sequins and bow ties, uncomfortable strappy heels and lipstick, smart pointed shoes and fitted jackets. I guess most people were in their 30s, but all eyes were hidden behind masks. Our fellow revelers seemed comfortable, subtly scanning the room for acquaintances or perhaps potential interest. There was a definite frisson? Frisson?
How are we spelling that word?
F-R-I-S-S-O-N?
I think it's frizzen.
I don't know that word.
The frizzen kitten? Of excitement. The MC? Oh, there was an MC, like a local radio guy.
Gosh.
A sudden strong feeling of excitement or
Nice.
fear. A thrill.
Nice.
Oh.
The MC grabbed the microphone, and it was at that Cardinal Cowboy. He's always hosting things.
Yeah. Or that one guy.
Yeah.
He does the Busch Stadium MC.
The MC grabbed the microphone and started ramping things up, but everyone was already talking excitedly amongst themselves. I saw a handsome couple whispering in each other's ears, laughing, the women's black hair twisted into a bun. The MC was talking about consent and how you couldn't touch one other person without asking permission, and men could not proposition women. Outside, people sat in groups on wicker chairs. Ooh, wicker.
May I join you?
There's probably a lot of that. Wicker or rattan. It had to be one or the other.
Adirondack?
Oh, there could be a wicker Adirondack chair, sure.
Breath puffing out with a cold or cigarette smoke. I was glad I'd worn a tuxedo, even though I seemed to be the only woman to do so. What a fashion choice.
God.
Are you a couple? A young woman in a tight black dress asked. No. Old friends from school. She laughed amiably with her female companions. I wouldn't come here with anyone from my school.
I've about had it with this story. I'm this close.
This is the lead link.
Okay.
It was our first time, I said, and she offered to explain things. She agreed it was a very hetero party. Ooh.
Ooh, yuck.
Ooh.
Heteros have cooties.
He was underneath, and I was underneath doing it with him.
That's not hetero.
And the majority of people were couples, but said people come here in all combinations. She and her two friends liked attending single, as it could be a complicated business with a new boyfriend, not knowing how they might respond. I asked when the party started, and she explained playrooms opened around 10.
Oh.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Playrooms open at 10. Watch out, here comes Suckboy Tony. He was probably there.
You earned the nickname.
We calmed our anxiety dancing in the ballroom where the crowd was singing along to Billie Jean.
Oh, God.
Mike Lee?
Please.
Mike Lee was performing in that Bruce Lee getup. That's erotic, bro.
Oh, God.
It almost felt like a wedding. But eventually, my friend gave me a look, and I knew we were going upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same look she used to give me when we were underage teenagers, queuing to get into a club. A sort of emboldened glance that said, "We're going in.
No.
Let's see what happens." Arriving upstairs, I saw a couple deep in conversation on a red two-person sofa in the hallway. It was only as I got closer that I saw his hand moving under her dress.
Oh.
We started in the room on the far right. There was a bowl on the table outside, spilling over with condoms.
Oh. Did you say a bowl on the table?
I
or
heard
a bowl.
I heard bull.
Bowl.
Okay. We used to have a listener who called himself Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Could that have been him?
No,
Was
no.
on that table?
This was a bowl.
A bowl. Okay.
And it was...
Bulls aren't subs, we're doms.
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
The first room seemed enormous, with low lighting and 3 large double beds fitted with red sheets pushed together in the center, spelled center, C-E-N-T-R-E.
Oh, like in hockey.
Yeah.
On each double bed, there were perhaps 10 naked people, mainly in couples. There were people undressing or simply standing around. We moved to the next room where 2 men and a woman were engaged in a menage. I realized later it was the only time all evening I saw men together.
It's a shame.
It's not a shame at all.
Oh, you hate to hear it.
Sitting outside at 1 a.m. a bit earlier, the party ended. We were waiting on a low wall outside the venue for a taxi.
Why did we need to know the height of the wall? How did that help? Oh, I don't like to hear the moist sound.
My friend was pleased because she'd at least snogged the DJ.
Oh, gosh.
Good for her.
I was pleased. My fears had been unfounded. I'd kept my clothes on all night, and as men couldn't proposition, I didn't have any awkward conversations. Indeed, it surprised me my body never loosened up, being among a sea of people having sex. I'd found neither arousing nor grotesque, but strangely touching. A group of enthusiasts happy to find others who shared their inclinations. I was left thinking contemporary Britain is far more open to variations outside conventional lines, and yet it still had a feeling of secret society. The people I spoke to seemed genuinely thrilled. They could freely engage with what actually turns them on, but I doubt they'd sit down for a drink with work colleagues on a Friday night and talk about the orgy they went to last weekend. "Can I have a drag, a pretty woman with a fur coat and extraordinarily high heels?" asked my friend. It was my first time, she confided, blowing out the smoke, and I just didn't know what to make of it. I think maybe I'm just vanilla. Well, it was our first time, and I didn't do anything either. I think it's simply a matter of preference more than a specific flavor, spelled with a U. She turned triumphantly to the man sitting behind her. Not everyone wants to do it in public. Their taxi pulled up, and she handed the cigarette back, tottering into the cab with her husband's arm around her. That's the end of the article.
That's it. Gosh, that was long.
And leave you quivering.
It didn't leave me quivering at all.
That's just a little preview of what's going to happen July 26th, the 20th anniversary party. A lot of people with a lot of buildup and nothing happening.
You're just a babe in the woods, my friend.
Probably everyone in that party left peeing razor blades.
Oh, jeez.
You think UTIs?
Yep.
Were spread and...
Wouldn't you worry
Workshire?
about that? Wouldn't that be the number one worry?
That's why they had a bowl of condoms.
Yeah, spilling out.
Yeah, but there's still bacterial drips that could get on you.
Oh, from like a guy's load?
From who knows what.
There's nothing better than wearing a condom.
Okay, Jay.
He's right. Well, we're having ours on July 26th. Ours is also going to be in countryside just outside of London.
Pale Mansion.
Who's emceeing that?
Pale Mansion, Cardinal Cowboy.
I'm going to Chicago. Stand up. We shouldn't have this in Chicago. It's not bawdy enough. London would be a good destination for us.
For our orgies.
So if we get caught, no one will know us.
The mental image of the Cardinal Cowboy emceeing our orgy.
With the trophy.
That's where you put the condoms, is inside the little aluminum trophy.
I like how this is coming together.
Yeah, this thing's got legs. I don't care who says otherwise.
Hey guys, FYI, I signed off YouTube because I've already finished twice. Let me know if you need me to log back on. Mary, that's from Johnny Johnson. Guys, that Suckboy Tony drop is my all-time favorite. Please play it several times a show.
Watch out, here comes Suckboy Tony.
Can I get into this orgy? I've been waiting to get laid since the day I said I do to my overweight, worthless husband. He's got deep pockets and a petite wiener. That's from the self-made, stay-at-home Laduma.
Well,
petite wiener is funny.
Deep pockets are worth a lot. Yeah.
Now you're Randy.
Scott's wrinkled ballsack, not his wife, said, so are women allowed at this orgy or not? I need to know whether I can bring my wife or not. Doug, it's the price of doing business. A little angst while peeing would be completely worth it if I got to sleep with you. That's also from Scott's wrinkled ballsack, but not his wife.
It's not happening. It would be interesting if we actually did indeed schedule an orgy celebration and to see what kind of walrus nonsense showed up at this event.
All right, July 26th.
Is it pee?
Well, I don't know.
Aces High says I'll host the orgy if needed. So there we go. We got that taken care of. Now it's just a matter of what treats to have.
I can get it catered.
There you go. Got that done. Sugar Fire?
Brisket right before an orgy. Daddy.
I like the idea of holding it at Pale Mansion.
Pale Mansion.
Jackson House, affectionately known as Pale Mansion.
That's where I grew up. Right there in Olivet. Yep. Pale Mansion.
Pale Mansion is where it is.
Ranch home.
Sweet mother of mercy. It's the IHOP 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. Call in Collier and Thompson phone lines, even though there's nobody to take your call today. Kennedy Strode is ill. KG and O-Town is in the studios with us, and Jackson just has to stare at the phone bank.
It's not a bank. It's just a phone.
But if there's multiple lines, telephone. That would be a phone bank.
Yep.
I don't know. It's a bank.
It's a phone. At InsideSTL.com for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Send your emails in. See if you can knock off Brian Henson or Buck Swope. They're tied for the lead here as we sit on May 17th, 2024. Jackson, tell the people about Mark Hanna. He's with Evergreen Wealth Strategies, isn't he?
He is. I work with Mark Hanna. Doug, you've worked with Mark Hanna.
Yeah.
Prod Joe works with Mark Hanna. Iggy has gotten some great advice from Mark Hanna. Tim, I know you have plenty of conversations with the great Mark Hanna. Yeah, he's a really good person. When you're dealing with something as important as your financial future, you want somebody like Mark Hanna in your corner. But he'll tell you firsthand, you just need a financial advisor. Even if it isn't Mark Hanna, that's what they'll tell you. But what I'll tell you about working with Mark Hanna is that you have an opening phone call with them, 15 to 30 minutes. Tell him about where you are in life, where you want to be in life, what you have coming up, and he can help build you out a custom plan where he informs you of all the information. I know I came into it a total... I didn't know anything about finance. I had no idea where I was doing, how to save money. Mark Hanna walked me through it, and now I know if I have to change my plan, I can get on the phone with Mark Hanna and feel better getting off the phone than when I got on the phone. To me, that's worth everything. Call Mark Hanna today.
Yeah, the number is 314-889-0503. You can go online at evergreenstl.com. That's Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies. Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Well, they have a holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and top-notch facility and accommodation. Go online at IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. That's IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. It's IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com, 888 888-472-9559. That's Illinois Recovery Center.com. 8:57 in St. Louis. Scottie Scheffler has released a statement on Instagram, Doug. This morning I was proceeding as directed by police officers. It was a very chaotic situation, understandably so considering the tragic accident that had occurred earlier, and there was a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to do. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I'm hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today. Of course, all of us involved in the tournament express our deepest sympathies to the family of the man who passed away in the earlier accident this morning. It truly puts everything in perspective. Doug, that's from Scottie Scheffler on Instagram before he tees off, and I think it's in less than 15 minutes. I think he's supposed to tee off at 9:08. So there you go.
Are you taking questions?
I am. Doug will not. Doug doesn't take questions.
What
Not at this hour.
in the 20 years that this show's been going on, what are some of the more noteworthy stories that seem to break like while the show was happening, or like this morning right before? Like what do you remember going down like during the show?
Tony La Russa retiring the Monday after the World Series parade in 2011. I believe that somebody texted from the airport or something like that. Something happened where we got information. I don't know if we broke the story. That was one. Anything stand out to you? I'm sure somebody in the audience.
No, we had some interviews on the Rams moving that turned out to be information that hadn't been out there before.
Yeah, certainly.
Besides that, we don't do a lot of serious journalism. Perhaps
Tony La Russa got a DUI when I was working with Fesco, and it wasn't his first. Didn't have the reach, I guess, that it did now. Does now. I'm sure there's got to be others. Let me see what I got. This is a good one. Alan Dadeville. We were on the air with the PGA Live merger.
Yeah.
That was one of the most surprising things.
Kept waiting to make sure it wasn't like some BS fake
That
thing.
was June 6th last year.
Yeah, that was wild.
Dexter Fowler on the fan page? Dexter Fowler was on the fan page?
Somebody posted a picture of him at the airport.
That's right. That's right.
Fan page breaks. Fowler news.
The man and the woman station news. Well, we knew that was coming. We just know it was going to be that good. Albert Pujols going to the Angels. We found out about that live on the air. And I remember texting Bill DeWitt III to get his reaction. And he said, honestly, a little bit of relief. And I thought, well, that gives you an idea where the Cardinals were on this. Brian Burwell passing away.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was any unfortunate deaths or anything that the news broke.
We were interviewing Joe Namath when that happened. I don't know if you remember that, Doug.
I do remember that, yeah.
And
in the Central West End studio.
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
And I guess Strauss texted me, I think, because I remember stepping out of the studio to get on the phone with him. I mean, he was really close with Brian. And I think for those of you who, this is a decade ago now, but who listened to that show, you could tell that they had a really, really good relationship. Somebody texted in Daryl Kyle, but that happened on a Saturday.
And that was
what year was that?
2002.
That was June of 2002. It was like 4 days after Jack Buck's funeral. That was insane. I was doing the show. I just started doing radio, and I was working with Jay Randolph Jr., Rich Gould, and I guess Scott Warman maybe is the one who told me about it. And I was anchoring at KMOV that Saturday. It was a Saturday. And I guess when that happened, our producer, Doug, Tim Klutzaritz, said, head to Lambert, don't head downtown. You're going to Chicago. And I was outside that hotel. That was rough. I mean, obviously it's rough, but then you're in a spot where you're, asking guys
feel like
who
a
are just,
parasite
oh my
just being
God,
there.
yes, exactly right. That's a perfect way to describe it.
Did the Josh Hancock thing happen?
Oh, the Hancock thing happened on a Saturday night, early Sunday morning. And on that one, I was actually with Jim Edmonds, Ryan Franklin, and Gary Bennett. And I believe Hancock was coming to meet them where we were, but didn't hear about it until Sunday morning. And he was heading from downtown on 40 westbound, and we were in Clayton.
Bob Plager was a car accident, correct?
Bob Plager was a heart attack, I believe. And
in his car.
In his car, like at 40 and Kings Highway, I think, in that area. Let's see what else we got.
Jackson, do you remember what day of the week or time the Kobe Bryant news came out?
January 2020. It was a Sunday morning.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been like during a show.
No, it was Sunday morning, TMZ report. Yeah. 100% Sunday morning.
Guys, one of Plowsy's furloughs that occurred during the show has to be up there as well. That's from Alan Dadeville. Yep. Yeah. Plowhawk was fired during the show and then asked to continue to do run the board for Frank's show. That's standard. That's industry standard, though.
Right. You do it while you're on the air, so everyone knows about it.
Redunculous.
Okay. Adam Wainwright, announcement of him missing all of the 2011 season from a few feet away from you boys when you were in Florida. I remember that one. Do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I remember thinking, because we were debating what date to set for our wedding that year, and we were looking at a date in like third Saturday in October, I think. And I remember texting my wife, I go, hey, if you want to do the wedding in October, we can do it now, because now we know the Cardinals won't be in the World Series. And then they went on to win the World Series.
Sure. Yeah.
Takes. On the Darryl Kyle death, it was my first night producing by myself for sports at KSTK, and Matt Weiner called looking for our other producer, and he told me they were getting reports of Kyle being dead. I thought for sure someone was playing a prank on me. That's from Larry Thornton, who was producing at KSTK that day. Matt Weiner, Doug, remember him? Now he's at TNT, I think?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. He had a good career there.
Guys, I'm unsure. Was Kobe on a Saturday? I remember I was at a washer tournament. Yes, I was down at the aquarium at Union Station.
Almost positive it was Sunday.
It was a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, it was definitely a weekend.
2020, right?
I remember, I was like, the guy told me, I was like, don't joke about that. And then ended up being true.
The Pujols thing, certainly. Those stand out to me. How refreshing, KG, bringing content from the hijack seat. Is that what that chair is called? That's the hijack seat?
I guess, in baseball, third base is the hot corner. That's the hijack seat.
All right. 9/11, the American Express Championship at Belle Reve being canceled. I believe Jay was on the air for that. The TMA hadn't started when that happened, but I believe Jay was on the air, I think, with Dave Green and Rich Gould. I could be wrong on that. But I'm pretty sure that was the case, that Jay at least was. Maybe, if Iggy were here, I would imagine he was in the building when that happened. How'd you find out about that? Because we were working together at KMOV, but I was my off day, and I was sleeping until like 10 or 11 in the morning. So I was
there. I think, as I remember, I just gotten there, walking around on the grounds, and word was spreading.
Really? Is that right?
Canceled, yeah.
How about that? Let's see. Wasn't breaking news, but the discussion the morning after the Kirkwood City Hall shootings was legitimately compelling radio. It was respectful, sad, thought-provoking, and completely professionally done. That's from Stepdad Gary. It's a very kind compliment. Yeah. That was February of 2008. And you had a connection.
I was good friends with the guy who did the shooting.
Right.
Cookie Thornton, yeah.
He was on that Kirkwood team with you?
Yeah. I used to give him rides home after basketball practice.
Really?
Yeah. And I knew a couple of people that were killed there, too.
God. Yeah, that was something else,
Horrible moment.
Let's see. Hey, guys, I don't understand. KG offered a great topic for discussion and didn't somehow make it about himself. So it is possible. That's from Big Tough. Boy, Iggy, even when he's not here, Doug.
Still taking shots. Probably crestfallen at home.
Where were you when we traded for Stefan Matteau? That's from the Recovering Alcoholic. Doug, I don't know if that took place.
Predates the show, I think.
I think so. Guys, weren't you on the air when Caden Cross announced she was going to do anal? That's from Sassy Batman. I think I might have been off that day, and you wanted to lead with it.
We were on the air the day that Lisa Ann ripped into Iggy. That was kind of news breaking. Kind of ended that relationship.
That's your opinion. The reveal of Tucker live on the air was a seminal moment in St. Louis radio history. It's from Little Tommy Trimmins. You think that'll be a St. Louis Radio Hall of Fame?
Probably not.
I will hijack it. I remember that vividly. I remember where I was. I was teaching in those days, and I pulled into the parking lot at school, and I just refused to go in. That was just a captivating segment.
Really? So class went on without you?
Yeah, the 7-year-olds can kind of take care of it themselves.
Without a teacher there?
Yeah. Senior, they didn't need senior.
Because you were out listening to some Shishawali radio show.
Yeah.
They would have understood.
Huh.
Hey, guys, don't forget about that time that Cardinal reliever Ray King outed Matty Mock for allegedly doing blow. That's from the Kansas City Gray section.
Yeah.
What was that like when we saw a TMA Twitter account on news stations?
Oh, yeah.
God.
Oh, my.
Proud. Very proud. What about when Rudy announced he got a stinky pinky right behind Steinberg Ice Rink? That's from Mitch. If you want this Cumstein, it's not that hard to get.
No. Yeah, we all miss Rudy.
Yeah. Doug, now that the texters are sending these in, I mean, this show has really been at the epicenter of news.
Cutting edge of news and events worldwide, really.
Somebody named Rumple Foreskin just followed me on Twitter.
That was another big moment. Who was that?
Katie K.
Oh, it was.
That's who it's listed as.
She's a reporter with the BBC.
No, Katie K.
Yeah, she was on the show.
Right. Not Dolman.
Or it was at one point.
She was. I remember her being on the show at the Hampton Studios where Cucky was outside.
Yeah.
Was that the paper mache palace?
Yeah, somehow there wasn't great soundproofing. Like, if you think the fact that we can hear people pissing here, it was essentially no walls. The paper mache palace. God.
Little industry.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Doug always talks about the porn star who announced her retirement from the industry. Jessie Jane, maybe? Jessie Jane?
I always talk about that?
That's from the 830 Recreator. You always talk.
You called me about that last night.
I've nonstop been warbling about that. I don't even remember it myself.
I just imagine Doug calling someone on the show being like, you guys remember that? Just in the middle of the night and thinking, did someone, like, is this a body snatcher situation where someone took Doug? I would drive to your home and make sure you're okay.
You would. Thank you.
What about when Tiger's wife hit him with the 9-iron? I feel like that was over Thanksgiving break.
That was right, like the day before Thanksgiving, I feel
so
like.
we would have been off.
Did she ever hit him or just a car?
I think it was just the car. I don't know what her intentions were.
Hit the window of the car, right?
And then he crashed.
The car. Yeah.
Rudy and Brian Burwell's deaths were announced on your show on the same day. That was a tough one. That's from the 314. Yep.
I remember listening to that on my way to high school.
Yep, that would have been 2014.
Did Rudy's brother-in-law call in?
I don't remember how we found out on that. I think I knew going into the show.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
Yeah, I think I knew going into the show.
Talked about that, and then like when you came back for either the 8 or 9 o'clock hour was when Burwell had passed.
Yeah. I'll never forget the news around town referencing my Twitter account, and it was a grown topless man in a diaper. No. Frank said that live on the air, too. That's from Ray King. Doug, there he is.
Yeah,
there was times where Dick Vitale was constantly replying to Deke Dotem.
He was?
The photo of like the old man with breasts. And Dickie V was just interacting with him left and right. It's pretty hilarious.
Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day coming your way at 9:45. Then Balloon Party comes your way at 10 o'clock. And Jackson's got something. This is kind of fun. This is
good times.
What do we have? Doug wants to know what we got, so go ahead and let him know.
Well, it's Friday, and that means it's time for the Little Pills Friday 6-shooter. Take you into the weekend with 6 hot sports questions. What do you got?
Are they good questions this time?
Wow. Damning.
So that's kind of a leading question.
Could we have one of the 6 now? Just don't give the whole show away, but just a little wet our beaks.
All right.
I'm sure they're good, thoughtful questions. Kind of questions we'd like
there's
to
questions
ponder.
about but no, this is a bad form. This is a bad form because I'll ask the question and it'll be like mutterings of.
We won't do that.
There'll be mutterings.
No, this
I know
time
there'll
we
be mutterings.
won't do that.
There'll be muttering.
This time there will be no muttering.
Okay, this is actually a good one for TMA because it's a quick hitter. I always put a quick
hitters.
hitter.
Like the squirrel on the water skis kicker. Oh, that was fun. Stick around for 10 o'clock. We'll have more. Right. Here's your 5-day.
Who do you think has lived or maybe is currently living the coolest life as an athlete? Do you think players back in the day had cooler lives since everyone did not have a camera in their pocket? Or do you think guys now can be cooler since the money and fame is more prevalent?
Oh, boy, what a horrible question, guys. That whole show.
See, and now this is what I'm saying. There's no point in me reading it.
Question somewhere.
There's no point in me reading.
No, it's a fine question.
I would definitely say the guys before now got to enjoy life more, like without question.
Even if the money isn't the same?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You get to a point when
I don't
you got
know.
enough money, you don't need more.
I think they can be secretive now with all the websites. They can line up women if that's what you're considering having fun.
God, no.
I'm not like
100% before this crap.
Like
not even a sweat.
Right. I guess it goes by your definition of like what's cool. Because like just sleeping with women is cool, but I mean we're talking a little bit more than that.
Now, how far back are you going?
Dawn of man.
Dawn of Man.
Because if you go back to like the 20s
Olympics
and 30s,
in Athens.
I'm sure there were the Babe Ruths who had the greatest time ever, but
make your
most
case.
of the players weren't making any more money than the average guy on the street.
So
they probably didn't have any wild times necessarily.
Joe Namath seemed like he led a pretty cool life.
Yeah, he did.
Now we're having a discussion. See, the question was
Great question this time.
Little Piddles Friday six-shooter.
Always
big
delivers.
comeback. Big comeback question week.
Guys, will the show be on the air when the City Connect uniforms are unveiled? That's from Mr. Big Cream. Jackson, I feel like you would know the answer to that.
Yes, and
Jackson's really worried about it.
pending what time they release it, I might have to go Instagram Live.
Oh, wow.
And depending on the uniform. If it's red shirt, red pant, it says like the Lou on the front with like a little toasted ravioli instead of like a cardinal on the bat, that's when I rage.
It's like a men's slow pitch softball down in Peevely
If
uniform.
the pants are red, there's going to be a problem.
Now, would you do that from the office here, or would you retire to your estate at Pale Mansion?
This is why they pay you the big bucks.
It is.
You bring the
It just
heat.
sounds like Mr. Toad's house or something.
Pale Mansion. Hey, listen, if I get a mansion, I'll call it Pale Mansion.
Sure. Paint it white.
Of course.
Maybe off-white.
Right. Eggshell.
Big Tough says, great question, Pale.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm really concerned the City Connect are going to say the Lou, and I will quit. That's
I'm almost
from the
positive they
314.
will.
Oh, no.
Like if I had to bet money, it'll say the Lou. The jersey 100% will be red. And the pants is the real.
And what are you putting the odds on favor for the color of the pant? Boy.
My hope, and I'll make it the betting favorite, is based upon where they're playing. Well, no, I guess you can only wear it. So I'll go off-white. So like cream-colored pant. I'll go cream-colored pant is the betting favorite. Second place, regular white. And third place, red.
Okay.
And then I'll rage.
Will you?
If they were an all-red uniform,
What's wrong with that?
they'll look awful.
And when you say red, you mean hot pink.
No, not
Like
city
city
red,
red?
not city red. Like cardinal red. Even if it's cardinal red and they're wearing down the pants, they look ridiculous.
Yeah.
The 101 text line is going to crash. That's from Mr. Big Cream.
Yeah, I'm going to crash. I'm going to freak out if the uniform's wrong. If they do it right though and it looks awesome, then I will eat my words.
Well, yeah.
Because the Angels one, I think, legitimately looks great. I really like those Angels City Connect jerseys. I think those are really.
And when are they wearing these?
They'll probably every 10th game, I would guess.
Oh, really?
Maybe a little more, a little less.
So we'll see
every
plenty
10th
of them.
game, really.
I feel like the other teams where their City Connects pretty often. Maybe 10th is too much. 15th. You definitely, if you're gonna make them and make it a big deal, you're definitely gonna wear them pretty often. It just depends if they're home or away, because some people's are away only, some are home only. I don't know. Like the South Side Chicago ones, I guess they can wear both home and away. But like the Angels can't wear that white uniform on the road.
Doesn't seem to make sense to wear a City Connect uniform in an away game.
You're probably right.
You're trying to connect with your city, right?
No, that's
But
probably
you connect with your city wearing the same damn uniforms you won for 100 years.
Unbelievable.
Let them know, Doug.
I'm just not happy with it. I know it's all about selling another jersey. But I don't have to be happy with that.
I understand that. Hey, we'll wrap up the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. Design Air Heating and Cooling 9 o'clock email a day coming up in the Schaefer Door Company 9 o'clock hour. Then Balloon Party with the Little Piddles Friday 6-shooter coming your way. This is TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim. If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest, Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster, so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Hey, if you like the Morning After, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the Morning After. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Butter me up, Daddy.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Doug, what do you think of this jam?
It's not very good.
Flocky the Smirk claims he has a leak of the City Connect jerseys, Jackson. He just sent it into the text inbox. Doug, what do you think of this? I don't know if this is real or not.
It does say the Lou with an arch on it.
Yep.
Number, lower left.
Got the little rivers from the flag in there.
It's not horrible, I guess. Small doses, it might be okay.
It's a Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour. The program is called The Morning After, and it's brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome to this 9 o'clock hour, sponsored by Schaefer Door Company. Jackson, what do you think? Uh-oh, doesn't sound like Jackson's
It could have been worse.
Well, first of all, we don't know that these are 100% going to be the uniforms.
Flocky the Smurf has credibility, though, right?
I guess. Hello, I'm Flocky. But it's not terrible. This is tough because people aren't seeing what I'm seeing right now, so it's not very great radio. But the sleeves have the St. Louis City flag kind of wiggly design on the sleeve ends, the end of the sleeves, and I don't love that.
Don't you?
I really don't like the font. The font is really bad.
Well, describe it.
Describe in vivid what that font is, boy.
You're kind of a boy. Yeah. Kind of a gothic looking.
No, you like goth? Were you goth at Kirkwood?
I was.
Kind of gothic.
Black hair.
Gothic.
Had it up.
Gradient. Gray and white gradient. What's the gray doing in there?
Uh-oh.
Is that supposed to look
it just pops?
Is that supposed to look like the arch?
Just salute to Sonny Gray.
No, really. A couple bad starts, but great start to the season overall.
And then yellow is really entering the group chat hard here with the numbers.
You like that entering the group chat?
No.
I don't love these. I don't love them. The key is what pants are they wearing. If they're wearing red pants, it could be the most beautiful jersey ever. I'm out. Pants should be white and gray.
They won't wear red
white and
pants.
gray.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. They won't wear red pants, I don't think.
Once you get to the majors, white and gray pants only.
Otherwise, it looks like a softball uniform.
Or a little league team or a college team. Mm-hmm. Major leagues, you wear white pants or gray pants.
Have a little class up in this here.
That's it. So maybe. If these are, in fact, that and they're with white pants, I'm okay. I'm also curious to see if they change up the hat.
I was going to say, what's the cap going to look like?
If it's a Navy cap, you could get me back into this ball game.
Could you? Back into the group chat.
You're good. You're funny, Doug. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not funny.
I'm just trying to pick up the lingo. Nobody in St. Louis ever referred to our city as the Lou until just a few years ago.
Nelly. Wasn't that what started?
When they did that?
Think so?
Lunatics? Yeah.
I think Nelly was the one. I'm from the Lou and I'm proud.
Yeah.
Country grammar.
People would always cringe if they'd say, "Oh, you're from St. Louis," and we don't say St. Louis here.
And that was because of Judy Garland?
I guess. Meet me in St. Louis, Louis. Meet me at the fair.
There was I remember during the replacement ref era, which was what a wonderful time it was. They should really do a documentary about that. That was really funny. But one of the replacement refs said, "All right, first down, St. Louis," and I always liked that. I always liked that.
Stop that.
Meet me in
It's like people in San Francisco. They don't say, I'm from Frisco. They don't say that.
They don't say San Fran either.
No.
Meet me at the fair. Scottie Scheffler is on the golf course, Doug.
Okay.
He was in jail 90 minutes ago.
Gosh. Handcuff situation?
It sounds more like the FPCC, really.
That could happen in the FPCC.
Colin in Wyckoff. What's up, Colin?
Yeah, he is teeing off on the back nine today, so he's starting with a par 5, 582 yards. 17th hardest hole out on the golf course. Anything you see out there?
Well, this is going to be a hole where you're going to want to get a good drive because it's a long hole. And try to keep that drive on the fairway. Because if you don't, you're going to be off the fairway.
Well, he is off the fairway.
No.
You're right. He pushed it off to the right. Very rarely does Scheffler struggle with accuracy. It went 298 yards. That's about your carry.
Yeah.
And he is to the right of the bunker, so it's going to be difficult for him to get home in two. He has about 280 yards in on this par 5, and you have to wonder if this arrest is already having an impact on Scheffler leaving the face open and missing.
He was thinking about that when he saw
Or the McElroy divorce, or Xander sleeping on leads.
None of them. Yeah, Tiger girlfriend.
Brooks's
they
Jenna
can't do it.
Sims.
Yeah, they can't get past
post.
it.
Or
Can't get past it. Now, the second shot, he's going to have to get a lot on it. But again, try to get up there around the dance floor and try to stay out of the bunkers.
Well, Doug, he is already, he nearly jarred it for eagle, and he has a birdie. So you have to wonder if this arrest really motivated him to nearly hole out again. I don't know if you saw, he holed out from 167 for eagle to start yesterday.
Oh, did he?
For number one. But you have to wonder if this arrest has motivated him to play good.
He was 280 yards away and almost put it in the hole?
That would have been an albatross. I gather he probably had some kind of wedge in his hand and nearly jarred it.
Work, bitch.
Right.
All right.
The PGA Tour website is behind, and one of my 3 million logins isn't getting me on ESPN. So
God,
here in
ESPN.
2024, I think I just set Jackson off again.
They have. I've had that issue too, where you sign in and it just it doesn't recognize over a day, and I'm like, you're creeping into Bailey's territory.
Oh, that's a serious charge.
ESPN is dangerously stepping into Bailey's territory.
That's a serious charge.
The only one for streaming sports that works for me 100% of the time is Apple TV.
Oh, is it?
Apple TV never, ever has an issue. And it looks great. I'm a big Apple TV guy.
That's what I gather.
If Cardinals switched to Apple TV, this guy would be happy.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, yeah.
Regardless of the uniforms or the suits they were wearing?
Oh, God. Now you're going to make me sacrifice. I'd rather have the Navy cap on the road and play on Bailey's in perpetuity. But given the situation now, I'd rather be on Apple. So that's my qualifiers.
Well, we'll see how it plays out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've had a few people reach out to me about being at my match on Sunday. For anyone else who wants to be there, it's at 1:45 at Gateway. I'll be there in an Eyes Wide Shut bird mask. That's from Mr. Licks.
No one's reached out to you. No one has reached out to you.
What about in the men's card room in St. Louis?
No one has reached out to him.
Is that the kind of style of orgy we want? Is a little more high class, kind of Eyes Wide Shut?
God, I'm trying to think of like the faces of the guys I'm going to sleep with on the 26th.
Oh.
And do I want to see them as they top me, or would I rather them be wearing one of these Eyes Wide Shut bird masks?
What is that?
Hotmail
screams douchebag?
I think you want to see him when you look back at him.
What is an Eyes Wide Shut bird mask?
You never watched Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise?
No.
Nicole Kidman. Fidelio.
Stanley Kubrick's final movie.
I didn't see it. So what is the mask?
Good or bad?
Good.
There you go.
Ruined Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman's marriage, but
the film ruined the marriage? Why?
Because they for 2 years Kubrick was making this movie and was basically their marriage counselor, but was pitting them against each other.
Doug,
to make
do you
the
have
movie
your
better.
director's service? Is marriage counselor?
I don't.
Here you go, Doug.
They split
There it
quickly.
is. Yeah, imagine having a guy top you wearing that.
Oh, why would you want to put that on?
It's hot.
It isn't hot.
That movie's wild.
It's certainly got a long proboscis.
Yeah, it can be used penetratively.
Oh,
Tom
don't
Cruise.
say penetrate.
Tom Cruise.
Don't say that word.
Big
That was the
cuck
right
in
word.
that movie. Big cuck.
Now, what do you mean, big cuck?
Oh, his wife's telling him about Nicole Kidman is having all these fantasies about Navy men sleeping with her.
Oh.
And how much she enjoys it. And Tom Cruise.
Navy men.
She likes to swim after troop ships?
Tom Cruise smokes a little reefer and gets all nervous and scared.
Really?
He's a big cuck in that one. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have thought that he would have needed that role at this point in his career.
That was when he was working with all the big directors, trying to be more of a artistic guy.
No
and then,
fooling.
and then after Stanley Kubrick took him for 2 years and he broke up with Nicole Kidman, he was like, all right, I'm just going to do action movies forever and make $1 billion.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Guys, the passphrase for this TMA 20th anniversary orgy should be helmet nachos. That's from the unnamed DJ. It's not bad. I think it's obvious, though, so some people might get in who we didn't invite to sleep with us.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of people there looking for helmet nachos that didn't realize they stumbled onto the password.
Fine if you lay your love on my butt.
Okay, Iggy.
God, this is going to be hot, man.
This is going to be hot.
What's the date?
Friday, July 26th.
It's going to be hot that day.
Save the date.
Ooh.
Yeah, what if we send out save the date letters?
Get your bird masks. Where do you get your TMA bird masks?
It'd be a rooster mask, I guess.
TMA.com.
Red beak. Yeah. I mean, you have to wear it though, Doug, the entire time.
A red-beaked rooster mask.
So it'd be kind of fun too, because you're not positive you're sleeping with one of the hosts, but you might be.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, is this Tim's ass?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
I think the password should be, as you show up in your rooster mask, my name is Earl. As in Earl Weaver, the band.
Oh, yeah.
Rooster
that's
himself.
nice.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Or you could be you having to go back to Earl Weaver for the third time and tell him we have to do the interview again.
I don't want that to ever happen again. And it won't. He's no longer with us.
Be tough.
But he's from the north side of St. Louis.
I think he went to Beaumont High School.
No.
I think so. One of them. I'm going to Chicago. Stand up. You like that prop a lot, don't you?
That's so funny.
Let's see what we got here. Players are on the golf course at the PGA Championship. No one is in jail anymore. Okay. And your leader is Xander Schauffele. And even though he is down the leaderboard, not terribly, Scottie Scheffler is second as far as odds-on favorite to win this thing. And he is 4 back of Xander Schauffele. Rory McIlroy is 4 back. Colin Morikawa also mounting a Sunday charge. Is this Sahith Theegala's time, Doug?
I don't know whose time it is.
Did he get hurt yesterday? Something with a rib?
Oh, no, he got hurt this week, though. Yeah, something did happen. He crashed a golf cart or something. I don't know what the hell happened.
I'm just happy none of the golfers are behind bars.
Send your emails in. Design Air Heating and Cooling email today is coming your way here in a matter of about 15 minutes. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. That is how you can get involved on the radio program. Cardinals and Sox this weekend, Doug. And then, of course, we've got the Battlehawks at 11 o'clock. We got the Doggies out of town in Cincinnati. Who says St. Louis isn't a great sports town? Where are all the St. Louis sports haters now?
I don't know where they are. They're gone. Quiet like a little church mouse.
Nice.
We are a good sports town. We're better than Chicago. Nice. We're better than Kansas City.
I'm changing a text name or else I would play that drop.
Okay.
That's a Joe Strauss classic. And in a matter of about a half hour, EA Sports is going to release College Football 25, considered to be one of the most anticipated games in a long time. So this is going to be unveiled, Doug, here in the next half hour. Co-starring in the official artwork for the game's reboot are Michigan running back Donovan Edwards, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, and Colorado wide receiver / defensive back Travis Hunter. The trio is likely meant to serve as a big, bright reminder that College Football 25 features real player names and likenesses for the first time in EA's history, with the sport known previously as the NCAA football series. Let me tell you something, brother. I don't know when the last time I played video games was. We might be going back more than 2 decades. But there's a part of me that wants to get, I don't even know what game console I get. What game console
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, get PS5.
PlayStation 5 and get this game and just sit there with my 6-year-old and just skull pound him with the fighting tigers.
You'll get hooked on it. He'll get hooked on it.
Yeah.
It's all you'll ever want to do.
Yeah. I cannot wait.
That's why I don't want to play. I don't want to get hooked on it. The games are so darn good. I don't want to sit there for hours on end and do that.
I cannot wait.
Don't you want to lead the Tigers to the college football playoff and host the Fighting Irish for the first time at Faurot Field since 1984 when Steve Berline and Alan Pinkett defeated Missouri after they missed a 17-yard field goal?
No, I don't want any part of that.
Oh, it's going to be dynasty season.
Oh.
So much fun.
Plowhawk had those dynasties.
Yeah,
We
run them.
Fire up a TMA Twitch.
Yeah.
Is PlayStation a lot better than Xbox?
I've been a PlayStation guy now, run on 10 years, so I think it's better, but people have their opinions.
Okay.
I've had PS5 for like a few months now, and it's really fun.
But they're all pretty good, aren't they?
What game you playing on there, bro?
A lot of FIFA.
Oh, yeah?
Play a lot of FIFA.
Do you play as the Republic?
Ireland?
Aye.
They're not very highly rated in the game, which I think is wrong.
Thank you. I was keeping an eye on that. I could sense.
Right. I mostly play as Chelsea. Of course, play in England, Premier League. But it's really fun. So I play a lot of FIFA, a lot of NBA 2K.
Who do you play against?
Ant.
In FIFA, I just play like against the computer.
So you sit in Pale Mansion by the hours playing this.
Not by the hours. I would say at the end of the day, about 8 o'clock, I'll fire it up, play for about an hour, and then hit the hay.
Really?
It's not a bad way to wrap up the day.
Depending on what sports are on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I can put the Cardinal game on my phone, or I have a very small monitor TV, throw it on there, and then just play the game and watch Redbirds.
This guy has multiple televisions.
Wealth. So much wealth.
Multiple televisions.
You can get a TV now.
You
for
get that with Ledoux.
You can get a TV for nothing. Like a 32-inch TV, you can get for less than $100. I feel like.
Yeah, well, if you got $100 to throw around like that.
Exactly. Yeah. You dismiss $100.
Yeah.
So I have sex. People effing know that.
Who was that now?
That was
Jackson.
me. Oh, back in the old studio.
Oh, that's right.
KFNS. I believe I was reading something.
It didn't sound like you.
So I have sex. People effing know that.
Oh, yeah, no, that time it did.
So definitive with it, too.
Yeah. Passionate about the lovemaking. Scottie Scheffler is 1 under officially now through, I know this ESPN leaderboard is a little delayed, so he is 4 back of Xander. If I set the over-under for Schauffele's number today, it's 68.5. Where are you going?
At Schauffele's number?
68.5. It hasn't rained there, has it?
I don't think so.
I'll go under.
Wow.
I'm going to go under also.
Wow. Doug, what are you doing?
For Scheffler or Schauffele?
Schauffele.
I'll say over. I'll say they're all going to be worried about Scottie, and he's going to shoot about a 62.
And Roy's divorce?
Yeah, Roy's divorce will cause a lot of players to become crestfallen.
And they'll be walking to the course today, too. So
yeah, they're going to get there
fatigued.
late. Yeah, tired.
They'll be fatigued.
Factor that in. The guy Iggy has a crush on, Min Woo Lee, is the low player on the course at the moment. As far as today's round, he is 2 under par, as there is a scattering of players. The projected cut at the moment, as the top 70 make it to the weekend, is even. That is per ESPN. Doug, you and I both go to Data Golf, though, to give us projections. Evens at 49%, minus ones at 23%, and plus ones at 21%. There is where things stand here for the record. And Xander Schauffele is 34.9% to win, and Scottie Scheffler is second at 17.7% to win. So there are your numbers from Data Golf, which is where I go. And I track my strokes gained as I'm getting ready to take on Bruce Valanche.
I think Scheffler's going to win it. If he's mad enough to drive through police barricades, he's going to tear up
determined.
This course. Yeah.
And he goes and wins the U.S. Open at Pinehurst, and then we have the Grand Slam at Royal Troon. I guess the show would have to go to Royal Troon if Scottie could win the...
I think Hubbard would fly us there without a question. Yeah.
Imagine. Dan Caesar of the Post-Dispatch is posting this story. How about this? This is a phenomenon. The Battlehawks lost last weekend to Birmingham in a showdown of the UFL's conference leaders, but St. Louis won the television ratings battle. In fact, the Gateway City set a viewership record for the fledgling Spring Football League, as nearly 5% of the market tuned in to KTVI Channel 2 to watch Fox's telecast of the game. That's according to Nielsen, a firm that compiles ratings and is the highest figure to date for a UFL game in any of the circuit's 8 markets. Number 2, St. Louis again at 4.5 for the season opener on March 30th in Detroit, which was also on KTVI. Birmingham has the 3rd best rating for a game, 4.1 for a contest last month against Memphis. It was at 3.3 for its matchup last weekend against the Battlehawks. St. Louis accounts for 6 of the UFL's 8 highest-rated games in the league's markets thus far in the league's inaugural season. Dan Caesar calls them the B-Hawks. Do you like that, or do you not like it?
No, I don't care for it.
All right. The B-Hawks are averaging a 3.4 rating locally and have surpassed Birmingham, the leader at the season's midpoint. The Stallions now are pulling a 2.9 figure in the market of Birmingham. However, he notes, the Battlehawks are down from their 2 previous incarnations in the XFL. They averaged a 6.7 rating in 2020, their debut season abruptly ended by the pandemic. They reemerged last year and had a single game rating high of 5.6 and finished averaging 3.5. Meanwhile, the Battlehawks are the UFL's attendance leader by a wide margin, as they were in the XFL. So there you go, Doug. 5% of the market tuned in to watch the Battlehawks take on the Birmingham Stallions last weekend. How do you do?
Well, we are the largest market without an NFL team in that league, right?
I believe so.
So it would probably figure that we would have the bigger audience. I mean, it's good that we do, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a real problem if we didn't.
I like that Florio talks about it. I don't know if anybody like if they get what percentage would you say that they sell out the Dome on the 16th for the championship game? I think it's live. I really do think it's live.
Might be a stretch, I think.
It's a Sunday afternoon. I mean, I know it's Father's Day.
Yeah, I'd say I'd give it a 20% chance of selling out. I don't think they would sell that many tickets.
I got 10. 66 is a lot.
Chairman?
I'll split them and go 15.
Wow, that's it was a sharp play. Sharp play.
Would you go higher than that? Would you go higher, like in the 25% range?
I just feel like I have done nothing but underestimate this year in, year out, week in, week out. I'm so. I can't figure it out. You know, and I'm not saying that from a negative standpoint. It's a story that I do think is really a phenomenon because you're talking about a league that may not be around in a year, and it's minor league football, and it's a city that is synonymous with baseball around the country. I think perhaps more so than any other city. I mean, you can say like a New York or a Chicago. I don't know what else, but those cities are known for a billion other things. This is baseball, and they're competing with the Cardinals at the same time the Cardinals are playing games. I mean, I realize the Cardinals are not, what they had been for the previous number of years up until last season, but still, it's incredible. And it's not like you're going to a great outdoor stadium. This has been some really good weather, and people just love it. I mean, God, who's been to a game? Like, yeah, that kind of sucked. People love it.
Yeah. I guess what would give me what Doug calls trepidations about the championship being sold out is that based upon what we heard earlier, that they're messing with like the season ticket holders, that they might...
Don't mess with Cal Kennedy.
No.
That's what they're doing, and I don't like that at all.
Although he does mess with the 7th grade tournament.
Drop out of it. Don't let it, because St. Gabriel's has Thompson Coburn.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're actually off the air now. Nice. Good stuff, Doug. No, but like if they're like hiking up the prices for that game, that's what would give me trepidations about 66,000 proud at the Battle Dome.
Cardinals are out of town that day. They have a noon game against Chicago. I mean, I'm not expecting it. Let me make that crystal clear.
Sure.
But I do think that there would be a hell of a crowd there. I mean, it kind of goes without saying.
Yeah, certainly St. Louis based too, you'd hope.
Mm-hmm.
Unless people are coming in from out of town, Doug.
I don't think they will.
No!
Well, if they're coming in from Birmingham or whatever.
They might come from there, if that's the team that they play.
Is Birmingham like am I underestimating how big Birmingham is?
You ever been?
No.
I went to the SEC Media Days in 1999, interviewed Houston Nutt and Lou Holtz.
Oh, did you?
Clint Sterner, Anthony Lucas, Kenoy Kennedy.
You guys want to take a guess on population of Birmingham, Alabama?
The city limits? It's hard to guess city limits.
I'm a metropolitan area guy.
Metro area.
I'll go 2.6.
I'll say not that big, like 1.8 million.
1.1 million. 1.1
wow.
million. 1.1 million as of 2019.
I think 1.5 million people moved there.
They've been flocking.
Yeah.
Jackson's too good for Battlehawks games. That's from the Hunchback of Uncap.
Yep. Nope.
You consider yourself above the UFL?
I'm going to X out the Texan Bucks. That's about enough for me today.
Yeah, you've had it.
I'm not going to look at it on 101. I'm just going to focus on me. It's Friday.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
What are you doing? What does a bachelor but man in love do on a weekend with now glorious forecast?
Yeah, I know. My girlfriend's out of town this weekend.
Uh-oh, somebody finna go. He's going to be chasing skirt, Doug.
You got a hall pass, Buster?
Again, Doug, you are funny. No. I did schedule a golf round this afternoon because I was planning on it being super
thanks
rainy
for calling. I must not have been home.
and nasty. Well, we're going to play TPC Columbia, Illinois, and it's going to be glorious. Me and some buddies. So that's what I'll be doing today. No, Herb actually not the worst golfer. You would think not great, but he's actually not bad.
Of that hog getting in the way.
Great pickleball player, unbelievable pickleball
Is he
player.
really?
Sick.
He's always been good at the racket sports, right?
Incredible racket sports guy. Me, not so much, but no, Privatism P will be out there for sure, though. It'll be fun. And then tomorrow, I don't know. Got to do some things.
Okay.
Redbirds play at 6.
And you're going?
No, not necessarily. I would. I like
You'll sit and play video games the whole weekend, won't you?
No. Probably playing with Chairman Kurt and Mr. Licks in that very notorious round on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some golf, relaxing. It'd be nice.
They're playing their tournament match, but you're just going to play for fun?
Yeah. I did that with Tim and the Pope last year.
You got to see the Pope roll that rock.
Yeah, I was #witness.
Oh, yeah.
That guy could roll the rock.
I need his expertise on 16 green.
Just hit a little harder. One more oscillation.
Do not be stuck on the top of the hill. That is the worst possible outcome.
What if it rolls into the water?
Then you had a rocket up the ball because there's rough right there. Seems to be some sort of changing of the narrative that there isn't rough behind the green there.
Oh, it's passive aggressive.
Yeah, he won't like that.
I think I told him. I was like, I think you could pretty much hammer it and you'd be all right.
Right.
But hey, he's...
Well, it was a great putt. It was a good putt. Probably the best putt anyone's ever made.
Thank you.
Everyone agrees it was a great putt.
That is a legitimately very... Like, those putts where you have to go downhill, where it slopes really hard downhill, are very difficult.
Mhm.
Those are... But I guess you just...
Just take your 3 putts and shut up about it and move on. That's how we handle that. You know you're going to 3-putt, so don't be upset by it. Take your 3 putts, shut up, and move on.
Shut up, ravioli head.
Oh, there it is, Doug. You just took a little shot right there.
Now I'm crestfallen.
Just a tiny little shot. Sponsor Tim Burkhart Milagro Tequila, sponsor the Lister Month, wants to know good or bad on Magnolia.
Oh, yeah, Magnolia's good. Paul Thomas Anderson. He can make damn near anything, and I'll enjoy it.
What about that, Doug? There's an endorsement.
Damn near anything he could make.
Yeah, PTA and Philip Seymour Hoffman worked for a long time together.
Planes, Trains, and Auto Wheels.
What?
You said PTA.
PTA? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
Paul Thomas Anderson is what I meant. But
it works for both, doesn't it?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I was thinking for a second. I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles,
too. That was fun. Why don't you use that for a promo? That'll be so much fun.
Really good times with initials.
It'll bring in thousands of new listeners.
John Candy.
Oh, I got to check out these guys. One guy talking Paul Thomas Anderson, one guy talking Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with that scene where Steve Martin works into John Candy's buttocks.
Oh!
Yep. And a tough scene in St. Louis with some nut grabbing.
Ah!
Yep. Right outside of Lambert.
Yep. Doug, what's your favorite movie outside of Lambert?
Outside of Lambert?
Up in the Air?
Up in the Air would be right up there.
I guess that's the only one.
You think Vera Farmiga looks like Julianne? She does.
Yeah.
In the face.
I'll have to look
She
into
does.
it.
Look it up.
Departed. She's great in Departed, where Matt Damon plays the cuck.
Yeah, I think he was a cuck there.
Big time. I was on Letterboxd the other day. I made a list of movies where Matt Damon's a cuck, and it's pretty extensive.
How long is this list?
Pretty good. Departed being the most glaring evidence.
Really?
He was getting cucked hard in that movie. But he might have been homosexual, to be fair.
Oh. Yeah, that's a downer.
We don't kink shame.
Well, no, kink shame, but I do. He was certainly cucked.
Premier Construction Exteriors doesn't either. They do roofing, siding, windows, concrete, and more. They're veteran-owned and operated. They're a hands-on contractor, and they don't subcontract all their work out to other smaller companies and just tack on the profit on the end price. No! They can work with your insurance company on the claims for storm damage to your roofing, siding, or windows. They're building their brand, a small operation that wants the best and honest solution revitalizing your home. They're located in St. Peters, Missouri, but they are licensed in Illinois and Missouri. Call Dan or Jay at 314-224-2543 to set up a free estimate. It's a $500 discount for TMA listeners. Let them know you're a TMA listener. $500 discount. Check them out at Facebook at Premier Construction Exteriors. $500 off when you let them know you are a TMA listener. If you have a business or you're part of a business that wants to explore digital marketing, I'd like to introduce you to 2060 Digital. In today's fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your audience can be a daunting challenge for any business. But what if there was a place where connections aren't just made, but nurtured for growth? Enter 2060 Digital, our sister company backed by a 100-year-old media empire, just like 105.7 HD2 FM. If you're a business owner or marketer seeking more strategic ways to reach and engage customers, look no further than 2060 Digital. With 12 years of expertise, 2060 specializes in simplifying the complexities of digital marketing. Our team demystifies the process by transforming it from a challenge into an opportunity for your business. Whether it's enhancing your brand's online presence, optimizing digital campaigns, or increasing customer engagement, 2060 is here to propel your business forward. Think your business has room to grow? Let us prove it to you. Visit 1057thepoint.com/2060digital to request a complimentary digital audit today. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. Yes, it has.
Okay.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
It's the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Brian Henshin and Buck Swope deadlocked. JV golf coach won last month. He's 2 back. You got Robert Sue, and you got the Coalition, each with 1 win. It's a great leaderboard. We're more than halfway through the month. 3-day weekend next weekend, Doug. 3-day weekend next weekend.
Is that right? Yeah.
Jackson, where are you going for the 3-day weekend?
Lake.
Are you really?
No. I'll be here.
Why?
Why won't you go to the lake?
Yeah, what was that about?
I can't afford it.
I guess that's beneath you, just like Battlehawks football.
No, I can't afford going to the lake. Is that the right way to play that?
I don't like the tone. Try that on Balloon Party and see how she goes.
They got trailers down there.
I don't like to camp.
Yeah.
Take the Plowhawks pop-up.
They'll probably be used in Memorial Day weekend. That's why you buy the damn thing.
Oh, this is the time. All right, Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. That's where the people send their emails in. See how this filtered file's looking today. Here we go. Obviously, it's still early, and we don't know all the details about the situation. We do know that a serious crime occurred this morning at approximately 5:55 a.m. I feel terribly because he's a young man with his whole life ahead of him. Once you get labeled as a criminal, it can wreck your reputation, and that's a real shame because Jackson is such a good guy. His decision to drop heat at work in the communal restroom does not define him. Sure, he absolutely destroyed the bathroom with a coffee-induced brown butt missile, but we all make mistakes. I want to reiterate, this decision to sling dirt at work does not define Pringle as a person, but it certainly changes public perception. The worst part of this crime is the fact that he brazenly bragged about it on the radio, almost flaunting the fact that he's proud of his actions. When pressed for explanations, Scofflaw Burkett doubled down on his decision to release his inner brown demons in public and admitted to leisurely hanging around the crime scene so he could casually listen to a radio show with his pants around his ankles. Rumor has it Iggy did come to work today but decided to take a sick day after catching a whiff of Jackie Boy's pungent muddy surprise. Listen, I can forgive the pale one for squeezing out some chocolate soft serve at work, but I cannot forget him for looking like a stereotypical bully from a cheesy 80s movie set at a ski resort. Good luck to Chairman Kurt against Licks this weekend. We're all rooting for you. That's from the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
You know who wouldn't have gotten arrested this morning? Tim McKernan, that's who. I saw the man levitate a golf cart over a croc at Normandy one time. There's crocodiles at Normandy.
Well, if there's a water hole, sure.
For another golfer's ball, of course, because Tim is always in the fairway. But this email is about the first time I got my butt lickety-licked. I was like, what a cool car. He smirked, thanks, man. It's a convertible LeBaron.
Of course.
I was immediately aroused. Wow, 4 on the floor? He just laughed. No way, Jose. It's an automatic. Tough to give handies whilst you're shifting gears. Speaking of shifting gears and I'm small talking, I'm horny as hell and my khakis are swelling. With that, he ripped down my Umbros and went in face first for the kill. Dude must have been part black vulture because he started destroying my cinnamon ring with his tongue.
Cinnamon ring?
27 seconds later, I coated his flip top with my nizzle drizzle.
Oh, Doug?
That's from a girl, too. Her first name's Tara. And then her last name is Hole in Me.
Tara Holame.
Hey, guys. There's been a lot of talk this week on who is the best producer in TMA history. For some odd reason, no one has thrown my backwards hat into the ring. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Number one, I actually graduated from college and also got an MBA. Number two, the TMA apparel would not exist without me. Number three, my jumper was wet and I didn't spend time riding the pine at Horton Watkins. Number four, contributing to the show didn't involve me telling lies and interrupting Tim trying to do a live read. Number five, I had the best Dan Beetle on the dais. Number six, my anus never bled except the one time Doug got finished with me.
Hey!
Warm wishes, that's from everyone's favorite waste collector.
Producer Pete.
Gangster Pete to you.
Gangster Pete to you.
Your Honor, things happen so fast in the fog of war or out on the golf course. Like General Patton said before Iggy chipped 9 out of 10 from 15 feet onto a green the size of an aircraft carrier. You are here because you are real men, and all real men like to fight. Men should not be held in disdain for some of their split-second decisions, whether it is driving past a police officer, proudly exclaiming second decisions, whether it is driving past a police officer, proudly exclaiming that cart path rules don't apply to them and claim Photoshop while butchering a course that was honored to let them play for free, or even driving a highway legal vehicle into the path and past a green. Imagine the pressure when a single oscillation of the ball is the difference between leaving the ball 30 feet short and what would have obviously been a perfect putt that ran down the hill into the golf cup. Ron Washington said it best, I didn't do anything wrong. It's from Shooter McGavin, the vice president of the Association of Creve Coeur Geese Charmers.
Shooter McGavin, Vice President of Creve Corps Goose Chasers?
Charmers.
Goose Charmers.
Coming out of like one of those little baskets.
Yeah. And finally, the TMA sick day tracker checks in on May 17th with Iggy's second sick day of 2024. Get well soon, Ken. Yeah, I hope it's not another serious shower injury. Most likely just got sucked into that ASMR video, that last mopping the floor and shaking that ass, and lost track of time and realized he wasn't going to be able to finish before 7:07, so he just called in sick. That's okay, because Jackson's here to pick up the slack in the making an ass of himself department. I've been disappointed in Jackson before, absolutely have. Oh, gosh, yeah, on many occasions, never to this extent.
No.
You know, you talk about the time Jackson had Lisa Ann as his wingman in Jamaica at a resort where loose Fenton 4s were just roaming the grounds, inviting themselves up to the lanai of dart-smoking senior citizens. And instead of getting himself laid, he pleasured himself to Mizzou's win over Iowa State and then agreed to wear a yellow diaper and allow himself to be filmed for TMA socials. And then yesterday apparently lost some sort of bet and humiliated himself by singing about many men. And now today he's been exposed as an anti-cop woke bitch. Pull it together, boy, pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy. Pull it together, boy. With the girlfriend out of town, you can finally watch Best in Show and pleasure yourself to Parker Posey. And then, assuming you drive over any Metro East police officers on the way to Gateway, you enjoy the big KG versus Lick showdown and get yourself penetrated by a geriatric wine drunk. I asked him to give me the best cut of cow he gave. He gave me the b-hole. Doug, that's from Buck Swope.
Gosh.
Buck for the Design Air.
Covering a lot of ground this morning.
Email of the day. The question now becomes, what you got?
I kind of like the nod to Gangster Pete, producer Pete, or whatever the guy's name is.
That was everyone's favorite waste collector.
Okay, that's my vote. Everyone's favorite waste collector.
Chairman Kurt, what a moment for you.
Well, none of them were really any good.
Hey.
I'm going to go JV golf coach. You wish me luck this weekend.
Okay. I'm going with everyone's favorite waste collector. Everyone's favorite waste collector. You're on the board. In the month of May for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the month standings. Jackson and I are going on the hallway. No, they're not happy. I understand that. But we'll talk about the Tyler O'Neill standing ovation and also
see if the permit's gone through yet.
Get you ready for the Battlehawks game and the Doggies game against Cincinnati. So that's all coming your way on Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. Flip your YouTube channel over there and talk it over with the good people in there, including Don Peepee. Doug, you have to kiss the ring before you get in there.
The Don.
Yeah, the Don. Time for us to shut it down. Chairman Kurt, thank you for coming in on short notice here to fill in for Ken Strode. Hopefully he feels better and is back on Monday for Jackson Burkett, for Chairman Kurt, sitting in for the ill Kenneth Iggy Strode. For my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, I'm Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Ashton Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each week.